Testing. 1, 2, 3. It is the flea. I fucking hate Mucha Lucha. Hate it. So much. God, I hate this show. God. Yeah, this is a way to start the stream. Before I get into actually any weird things, as maybe one can see if they tuned in last time, I drew the flea as a nurse, totally holding a thermometer and nothing else. And if you want silly, where's my tablet pen? If you want silly doodles like this, they're only $1. Yes, $1, and you can get a nice crude little doodle. Well, I'll try to make it as not as crude. At least a crude doodle is possible for $1 of anything you want, as long as it's not outright porn. This also includes my chibis. This one is a little chibi that was requested not last stream, but the stream before that. It's a little Gijinka of Latios. While it's not my best example of chibis, I can show an example of my chibis. This is an example of my chibi. You can probably get something like this for $1 if the character you want me to draw is not super detailed. It will be from the waist up, unfortunately, so unless the legs are simple, like if they're in the bikini, then I'll make an exception and draw the legs. But if they have a really complex outfit, or depending on details from the waist up, they will be waist up. But the chibis are not excluded from the $1 offer unless it's too complex. They will be drawn during stream as quickly as possible, and you will also be getting a little, not a printout, but you'll be getting a little copy of the full-size resolution of the doodle to do with whatever you like, as long as you don't claim it's yours. And honestly, with how crude some of these doodles are, I don't think you want to claim these as yours, but $1. Just $1. Oh, hi, Anthony.
Hi.
Oh, fuck. I guess we can't talk about E3 till Blue gets here, but Blue will be here at some point.
Yep, he said he was going to go eat because I guess he forgot to do that.
I don't blame him. I kind of forgot to eat. I got myself a cup of coffee, and that was it.
Why does everyone we know forget to eat? Like, I only remembered to eat because my dad heated up, like, last night's dinner. And I'm like, oh, already made food for me to eat.
Well, to be fair,
Hooray.
once I got my coffee, I also got a block of cheese, and I ate that. But if I do get hungry later, I do have Doritos that I can eat.
How come none of us can eat real food?
Because real food is, well, no, actually, no. It's not that hard to make real food. I can cook. It's just, I have to go all the way upstairs for that. That's why snacks are here. That's why we have snacks. That's why snacks are a thing. God. Let's see. I'm going to pop out this chat, because I'm going to be keeping an eye, hopefully, on the YouTube chat, while also keeping an eye on the Discord. And even though we have no viewers right now, if anyone does come from the YouTube chat into the Discord, please be mindful of the rules. I've had a lot of issues with people breaking the rules. Today it is a one and done.
Oh, yeah. One and done now. It's fucking... You know, I had a train of thought and I saw the flea and I just lost it.
Yeah.
God damn it. I had a whole thing and now it's gone.
Yeah, I don't like the flea either.
It's not that I don't like it. I'm just like, fucking shit, that was real. I thought I just blacked out my chair last night.
You thought you dreamt that horrible thing.
I dreamt Deco did. Yeah, well, considering it was Deco's one who commissioned it, so yeah, it made sense at the time. Like a horrible nightmare.
Star has just entered.
Huh?
Hello.
Oh, hi.
So yeah, Nintendo's conference was today.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as Blue jumps in, he's gonna be all.
Oh yeah,
everything.
he's gonna want to talk about that whenever he pops in. So for now, we're gonna.
Done talk. Sorry.
No, you please continue.
We can probably talk about it a little bit, but when he comes in, he's gonna want to jump right back into it. So it's something that I kind of.
And I'm assuming that he's probably watched the Sony one.
He probably has.
because I've already seen because I stayed up till like 4 in the morning to watch the Sony conference.
Nice. I'm holding back all of my endless hype about everything
Yeah, me
until
too.
Deco gets in here. Because then I'm going to explode about Monster Hunter.
I don't
Holy shit.
I don't blame you. Monster Hunter looked pretty darn nice.
Oh my god, No, wait for Blue.
No, we'll wait for Blue
Yeah, we
out
will
of
wait.
respect for him. He is the owner of the Discord.
Yeah, we will wait
Because-
as we shall.
I
Anyway,
don't love
the biggest disappointment for me is that they didn't that none of the conferences announced anything that was Lego related.
Meh,
Yeah.
it's whatever. I'm not too big on the Legos.
I mean, last year Sony announced that even though it was coming out in a few weeks, Lego Star Wars: The Force Awakens, and so far for this year they've announced Marvel's Superheroes 2, and they said that they were gonna announce one more game as well as a few more stuff for Lego Dimensions, which is probably not the very last wave since the last wave already includes Beetlejuice and the two crappy Cartoon Network reboots that we shall not mention.
I couldn't tell you why, for whatever reason they chose not to touch into Lego. My only reason is kind of like maybe there just kind of wasn't a demand for it. Kind of like how in the Sony conference they talked about the Final Fantasy VR fishing game. I don't know who asked for that, but apparently enough people must have really wanted that for it to be a thing now.
Yeah, speaking of which, where the hell was the Final Fantasy VII remake?
They're still
Well,
working on that, so I'm not surprised they didn't show that. They
it will
didn't show
come
Kingdom
out.
Hearts either.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, but the announcement will probably be like it will come out at the end of the world, probably.
No, don't worry. It'll come out, and then to another year they'll release the second part, which would be like would be the second half of the first hour of gameplay, and then a year later they'll release the next half of that, and the first half of the next hour of gameplay for another $70.
It's a thing of if they don't show what's done of Final Fantasy VII so far, it's probably because they don't have much done or they just don't want to show it off. And I'm okay with that because all they can honestly the only thing they can really do is impress me with the graphics because I already know the story of Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, I don't know who doesn't
and
really know the story of 7 by now.
Yeah, so it's like, what is there to show besides how pretty it is?
I've watched the Star Bomb song. I pretty much know the story from it.
Man, you got to experience it. It's probably one of the most overhyped games, but it's not the worst. It's not, but it is. The hype is it is deserving of it. I find more. I actually like 10 a little bit more, but not for Titus, no, of course. But
And I
well,
will
the first half.
and I will refrain from doing the Titus laugh, and I will not do the Titus laugh on stream because it will probably make you explode in anger.
No, I don't actually. It's more like you'll just make me sad because it's like, why would you do this to yourself? I'm not the one live doing this.
I just don't want to, piss anyone. I just don't want to piss anyone out.
Understandable.
Yay.
But now I'm just looking at like arrows because I had drawn her bow off stream and then I completely forgot her fucking arrow. So it's like, ow, you probably get that. So
Don't forget to imbue it with every element in existence.
She can't do that yet.
Oh, she can and did to me.
No, her shadow did, not her. Don't blame her for shit she can't control.
Why do all of our shadows know every elemental attack and can use it at once?
Because they're very good friends.
God damn it.
They're very good. That's literally the goddamn reason, Anthony. Let's be real. They're very good friends.
God damn it.
Oh, speaking of arrows, tune. Chesa Yumiya.
What?
Literally means Yumiya is bow and arrow in Japanese.
Oh
I
yeah.
have no idea what you're referencing.
Hang on, I'll get a link.
Is it like a
it's
game, an anime, a movie?
No, it's no, it's Toku.
That even makes less sense to me.
It's Kamen Rider. If you know what that is.
Oh, it's a Sentai.
Oh, I know a little bit about Kamen Rider. Not enough though.
See, that's
I-
you should just said it's
my
Kamen
friend
Rider.
is going to a convention where he's going to meet one of the actors from Double,
Hmm.
the 2-in-1 Rider.
Neat.
Yeah.
That sounds
So
neat.
yeah, that's the thing I was trying to So it's like Rider, Maha.
Sentais are weird.
Yeah, now they have a space season where
Power Rangers already did that shit.
Was that a show tune?
I think it was just referencing the
Okay.
transformation.
Okay, I just wasn't sure.
No, it's hard to tell with Sentais a little bit.
I know, that's why I had to ask. I was like, is that a like, I just kind of like looked down to my tablet and then did that dramatic like turn, like, was that a show tune? Like,
yeah.
Okay,
More one
so-
of this stream. No show tunes or otherwise. I don't know. YouTube will nuke us from space with their orbital laser cannons.
with
Mm.
that, and then whoever sings it gets kicked the fuck out of this voice chat.
I'm sorry.
It's
But,
okay. It's just again, it's not just one person. It's occasional people. It's talking over. It's show tunes. It's bringing back topics. It's a bunch of silly things that you normally wouldn't, I guess, get on one's nerves. But for the health of the stream and to allow people to want to watch it, I don't want the streams to be a chaotic mess. So it's again, no one's fault in particular, just trying to keep things in some semblance of control.
And under control.
Yeah.
Yep. We're all in here together, so we all push the blame on everyone else who isn't a mod because we're perfect.
So what you're seeing is the current season airing in Japan right now.
Mm.
Let's take a look at that.
Okay.
Neat. I like the outfit designs.
Yeah, they're all based on a specific animal. So red is a lion, orange is a scorpion. Actually,
I thought that. Oh yeah, constellations. I thought the orange one was like the Riddler for a second, but I guess it is a scorpion.
Cyan is a bear. Pink is a phoenix.
Is this the?
Silver's a snake. Purple is a dragon. Black
Of course.
is a wolf. Yellow is a swordfish. Green is a chameleon. Blue is a wolf, and gold is the Libra.
That makes sense. I mean, Libra is the most common of animal species.
Yeah, a weighing scale.
Okay, I'll admit the Taurus looking one, the bull, that actually is a cool. That's different than most Sentai helmets I've seen. So that's actually I appreciate that. With the
Actually,
visors, horns, that's pretty cool.
Yellow's one has actually the swordfish nose, so he has like long nose.
At least they're changing it up. They're not all the same kind of outfit with just different patterns and a different kind of visor. Basically the same design.
And purple has a trench coat, pink has wings.
Does she?
Cyan has a scarf.
Oh, yeah, I noticed. Okay, I see the scarf. I didn't see the wings. I thought it was probably the explosion. And yeah, of course, the dragon is not only purple, but it also has the fanciest outfit. That's just an Asian thing, I think.
And there's gonna be another red that's gonna be based off pink is an eagle. There's gonna be another red that's gonna be based off a phoenix, and he has a sword and shield to transform.
Neat.
Purple has a staff to transform, which also turns into a gun.
I mean, why? I mean, clearly Ruby is just that popular. Let's have everything turn into a gun.
Yeah,
fucking Bloodborne has weapons that turn into also guns that are also swords.
Yeah.
My favorite ones, by the way.
See, it's sad that I don't know too much about Ruby. Because
I've never seen Ruby either, so we're pretty much on the same boat.
Okay,
here.
it's good. At the end, it gets okay. It's all right. It's okay. At the end of season 2, it gets at the final bits of season 2. It gets really good, and then 3 is when they actually got better animation equipment, and it's worth watching.
Hmm.
Because up to the end of 2, it's fucking. Oh boy, it's hard to watch.
Yeah,
Except the combat. Combat's always good.
I had heard that it's a little bit well, I only was able to see half of season 1, and some parts the jerkiness of the animation and stuff like that was a little bit like, I'm sorry, I can't take this seriously.
Yeah, a little. I usually power through stuff because it's Monty Ohm and Rooster Teeth. I have to see how it goes. The combat when it's like the combat's flying all over the place, it's watchable. But when they're not in combat, it's
almost slightly cringy.
It's not cringy. It's just why? Why would you? I get. It's just bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's not cringy. Just bad.
But I couldn't get into it, unfortunately. And it was a thing of like, if someone was like, but Monty Oom, it's like, I don't know shit about Monty Oom. So it's like,
he's a cool guy.
Yeah,
unfortunately he died.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Like I knew about him before Ruby, but I didn't really see the greatness. I was like, okay, that's cool, I guess. I don't care. Like, and some people slightly ostracized me for that, but it was like, I'm sorry, I don't see the big deal.
Understandable. But
like, okay, he can make pretty girls fight.
Speaking of girls who can fight, the image I just posted is the the female rider from the current season of Kamen Rider.
It looks like SD Gundam if they decide to try cosplay as a schoolgirl.
Huh.
Yeah, well, her genre. Well, each rider is based off a different genre of video games. For example, she's based off dating simulators.
Okay, it makes complete and total sense now. Now it makes sense.
What's your favorite genre of games? Because there must be a writer for it.
If it exists, I like it.
Okay.
So yeah.
What's your favorite genre?
Cell phone visual novels.
Then Squeaky, you must be the main writer on screen.
Oh god.
I kind of didn't catch that last thing because from what it sounds like, it's like any genre of video game, there's a writer for it. So is there a writer for cell phone visual novels?
Ow.
I guess that also comes into dating visual novel games. So I'm guessing you're the current.
Oh, not all of them are dating, but okay.
But most of them are porn.
No, not on cell phones. Not on cell phones.
And Anthony, what's your favorite genre of games?
Yes.
No, like, what's your favorite genre?
No,
of game
I don't. I love all things.
Well, there's a ninja game.
So basically, this season is made for people like me.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, and it also has a more serious theme where it has like people actually die.
That's fucking awesome.
And it also deals with doctor stuff.
Weird.
Yeah.
The
hint is in the title. The series name is X8, aid meaning doctor stuff.
Huh.
In fact, his ultimate form is coming in a few weeks. His main rider's ultimate form.
In my professional opinion, all these fucking people just died.
Yeah, well, everyone's favorite died at episode 12. Spoilers!
That sounds like Gurren Lagann, except happened later.
The guy that you love to hate died at episode 23, but he comes back to create the ultimate form.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Sorry everybody. Spoilers. Anyway, you were saying, Squeaky.
I was gonna say, to be fair, even though I said that my favorite genre of video game is cell phone visual novels, it's not. I just wanted to see if there was actually a common writer that stood for that, because again, I don't understand what's going on. But my favorite genre of games is RPGs. I like RPGs. Hi.
Hello,
hey.
Jake. It seems like Kamen Rider is becoming Rule 34. If it exists, there's a rider for it.
Well, last season we had a rider that died at the very start and being brought back to life, like Danny Phantom, and he had to collect his equivalent of the Dragon Balls to be revived.
Japan's silly.
The common balls?
No, the ghost icons.
The common balls.
Jesus Christ!
It's funny.
What is happening over
It's funny because like when I'm saying kamen, it's like the word mass, but it's like it also sounds like common, like as in ordinary balls. So it's like, oh, just ordinary balls.
Ordinary mask
Normal
balls.
balls.
Normal ball.
Normal ball Z.
So
These balls are totally normal and in no way spectacular.
very bad pun, but I enjoy the pun a little bit. Whoa, what? Who did? Oh, okay. Enarmania 007 just subscribed. Holy crap, thanks for subscribing.
Hey.
I'm gonna check in the
Yay,
YouTube
thank
chat to
you.
see if you talked. Even you haven't. So who are you?
You are keeping that corgi afloat.
Look how cute it is, being able to float and not drown in the endless ocean.
Yes, thank you for subscribing and keeping my corgi afloat. Look how happy my corgi is. Well, it's not there anymore, but for me at least, but my corgi is afloat now.
Really cute.
It's precious. That's not a ball. That's a fucking millennium. That's a millennium item right over there.
That actually kind of looks a little. Wait, let me look at it again. That kind of just looks like.
To be their version of Shenron.
Go on, Squeak.
That kind of looks a little bit like a Tim Campy from DeGray Man.
I thought it looked like the golden snitch after horrible genetic experiments were done on it.
Actually, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna.
He has a more humanoid form.
I'm terrified to see what that is because that's probably terrible CG.
It's more of a more physical suit, and it's basic. Well, here it is.
Oh, I was hoping for something more. It looks like Evil Emperor Zed.
Trying to I'm actually trying to mess with the stream a little bit. So since we always talk about stuff that are in the someone just talking in the chat. Let me interrupt myself. Hello there, it is I, Wacko Ralder, the Raddest. The Raddest is not the good title yet. No abilities have not been attained for it to mean anything other than my radness.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my.
God damn it,
Hello,
Dingo.
Blue.
Immediately break the rules. That's how I go.
Yeah, but you're
I just woke up and I'm already traumatized.
You're the owner though, so.
Nah,
I was
Jay kicked him
gonna
out.
say that.
No, I
I
didn't.
was gonna say Yosha lucky, but I would get pummeled by every
I'm back though.
person who
Today's not April
dislikes
1st,
them.
right? No, it's not. Okay, I'm not losing my mind.
Why would you think?
Anyway,
Cameron.
continue with what people.
Oh,
were
doesn't
saying.
show. Okay. I just have a.
Happening, peeps.
Just talking about stuff.
Yeah, for a
I
minute
woke up and I started reading WoW's patch notes, and now I'm traumatized.
Ooh, let me look.
There's an Azerothian fashion tournament.
Shoot me.
Since I asked the peeps, time to ask the squeaks. What's up?
Well, for a second we were talking about Kamen Rider and video games, but now that you're back, we can talk about
Well,
E3.
what about Kamen Rider video games, though?
Apparently there's like a Kamen Rider for everything now, and if a Kamen Rider dies, you can get the Kamen Balls and you can wish them back.
I remember that like they tried to bring Kamen Rider over to America around the same time they brought Power Rangers, and Jason David Frank was supposed to be a writer, I think.
No, you're confusing.
Was I confused?
Jason David Frank was supposed to be in VR Troopers.
Was it VR? No, it wasn't VR Troopers, was it?
Yeah, it was originally called Cybertron.
What?
Huh. Yeah, I don't know
anyway,
this.
Masked Rider, it had a crossover with Power Rangers in season 3. And the main character in Masked Rider was basically like, oh yeah, time for Rider Kick, even though it was more of a Rider fail.
Oh no, he was gonna be Lin in Kamen Rider Dragon Knight.
You're talking about Dragon Knight. Oh,
I'm talking about Kamen Rider.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was supposed to be a Kamen Rider at one point.
And then Saban tried to do had a copyright thing for Power Rider. Unfortunately, it was discontinued.
I am the smartest in the universe. I'm gonna drink my drink that is not bad for me anymore.
Bless you.
Thank
It's
you.
just fruit juice.
Especially, you have the cutest sneezes ever.
Thank you. I guess.
And I beg to differ. All right, you guys want to hear my sneeze? Hold on. Let me get some of this up my nose.
No.
Oh God.
That was drinking it. I'm sorry.
God damn it.
It's really good though.
Fucking.
At least you're not gonna be a hyper.
I mean,
What were you drinking, Deco?
I'm just drinking some juice.
Uh-huh.
With no pure shots.
I was drinking my fruit energy earlier.
I think it's Hawaiian Punch. I'm gonna go look. Hold on. Let me go to the mini fridge.
God damn it.
Does it have
these
the dude with the funky hair surfing? Then it's most likely Hawaiian Punch.
High C.
It is Hawaiian Punch Lemon Berry Squeeze.
That sounds
Okay.
gay as shit. I'm kidding. These patch notes make me sad.
There may be at least like 2 kilos of cocaine in it though. I'm playing.
That makes more sense.
I'm playing 3
It's
kilos.
all part of the process.
Hey, warlocks do a shit ton more damage. They got rid of a whole lot of weird shit for some reason.
Oh wow, more warlocks doing damage.
Anyway,
you.
that's
camera.
the movie form.
Hmm.
There's also a VR gamer. And what is his power, you may ask?
Do you have
Jesus
cat ears?
Christ.
No, that's not cat ears. I was about to say, is that
Looks
cat
like
ears? It's
It's
no,
like a Gundam hat
horn.
with like the fucking anime protagonist hair. Fucking
Oh,
rain.
doggone
He
you.
looks like a fucking OC. Look at that color scheme.
God,
Unfortunately, this is real.
I'm
I
gonna
think you mean fortunately.
just
Yeah.
to keep slight consistency in the stream for people who aren't in the Discord. They're talking
right,
about
right.
whatever this is. No, I'm just gonna be like copying and pasting it because I tried to get the stream to also show the Discord, but it's kind of not working, so I'm not gonna break with it.
Oh,
I
yeah,
can
you
see
can't-
his
for some
bulge.
reason that doesn't work.
I can see his bulge. Look at that
Oh
bulge.
hell yeah, you can see the bulge, man. That's
Holy,
the point.
holy crap!
And that's his level 1 form.
You should see his level 2 form. The bulge goes down to at least mid-thigh.
Like I can see the shape though. Like,
I think
Like-
I've been awake long enough. I think it's time
like,
to go
look,
back to
it's
sleep.
there. It's there.
You have to suffer with us.
Like I can
I really
see
don't.
it.
Yes, you do.
Bye.
No.
The only
mouth
bulge
yells
I'm
out.
ready to see is the fleas. I mean, his thermostat.
Like, look at that bulge. You can see it perfectly. It's there. Now you can't look away. Okay, I'm getting rid of this now.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. What the fuck is that?
It's
That's-
level 99, man, apparently.
That's so fucking stupid. I think it's supposed to look cooler with higher levels.
Oh god. Okay,
Wait
what
till
does he
you
look
see
like?
his ultimate level.
I'd rather not. It looks
Okay,
so
so
It's
Level
like
9
full-on Super Saiyan thing.
Christ.
so then what I showed earlier and drew the bulge on was his first form. Are you telling me this is his second form?
No, that's that's one of his extra forms. His White's form with that's like really chibi is his level 1 form.
Okay.
Level 2, how I'd imagine it. Just imagine the VR one, but without the VR headset, without the white armor, and without the bulge and the trench coat.
Okay, so then what's with this? What's with this?
Robot
wait, hold on.
form.
The robot. Yeah, I guess that's what that is. It kind of looks like a
The
very
one with the face on the chest. That's his pre-ultimate form, like the form he gets midway through.
that's a very campy Gurren Lagann. Gurren Lagann's pretty darn campy.
Anyway, you haven't seen his ultimate form yet. Well, here it is.
Oh god, do I actually want?
God. Actually, on a second glance, it's not too out there.
Level infinite. Yeah, it
So-
doesn't.
Not too bad.
Yeah, it doesn't look that bad. It definitely
How
loses
can
what
a level be infinite?
Shut up.
Infinite's a concept.
it loses what the other forms had, and that is the glaring green and pinks and whites, but there are slight tinges of it there. But also, there's no bulge. Actually, no, there
How
is.
could this level be infinite?
It's very slight, but I can see the bulge right here.
How dare
There's
the
that
level be
bulge.
infinite?
They really should start wearing cups.
I don't. I thought that.
I don't think they should wear anything at all.
Oh god, I'm gonna.
Now, see, that's why you're not in charge.
That's level 0.
Oh, in fact, level 0 does exist.
I didn't want to bring level 0 up to actually see level 0.
Yeah, he gains the powers of his dead friend.
That's terrifying. Some horrible
Yeah.
necromancy there.
Yeah, but he's back to life and has joined the dark side.
Nothing at all.
Well,
Nothing at all. Nothing
I
at
learned
all.
more about Kamen Rider than I ever wanted to.
And
I think we
Armenia.
just
Oopsies. Sorry.
I don't know if we actually learned anything about Kamen Rider today.
I did not learn anything. All I've learned is that they're bulges.
I think you all learned that, Jason David Frank was once going to be a Kamen Rider. That's interesting.
That's crazy. That's weird. Who the fuck is that? Let me Google.
And Armenia
Jeez, what?
007 says
Get
says Deco must have been drinking his Incubus draft.
I actually might have been drinking Incubus Draft. You know what Incubus Draft is, Squeaky?
Oh yeah, I know.
I wouldn't know anything
And
because
if
I
our-
would never play a game like that.
Then you've been missing out on Corruption of Champions.
I really
Now
need
available for free somewhere at the deep, dark corners of the internet.
Not
Really
real.
need
Well,
to- get around.
Foxuno, it's Foxuno. Like, go there. There you go. Boom. Free advertisement.
yeah. I'll let you get away with that one because you're the
Breaking
owner.
another rule.
God damn it, Deco.
He's
I'm
the
sorry.
he's the owner. I can't really tell him to stop.
God damn it,
I'm
Deco.
sorry. That was the second rule broken. I'm gonna give myself a timeout. I'll be back.
So when Deco comes back from his timeout, I'm going to explode about Monster Hunter talk, and nothing is going to stop me.
Yeah, please
Wow,
go
seriously.
ahead. There's even a Monster Hunter themed Kamen Rider.
Oh,
Of course
God save
there
us all.
is.
I mean, God fucking Deco.
What's up, man?
Monster Hunter.
And he thought nothing could stop him.
What the fuck?
What?
Let him speak. What was
I
he
had to
gonna say?
show him that something could stop him.
You know what? I was gonna keep talking anyway, even if I was muted. So anyway,
Monster Hunter?
Monster Hunter World.
It looks all right.
It looks so
I'm
fucking
happy for it.
cool.
I'm happy for it.
You got.
Are we? Wait. Are we transitioning the topics now? Are we finally getting to E3?
I think we
Yes,
are.
E3 talk. Monster Hunter talk first. Fuck you, Monster Hunter. Ah, I'm so excited.
Monster Hunter looks pretty good. I will
Yeah,
say,
grappling hooks
I've
and
been waiting
shit.
for Monster Hunter to get back on a console ever since the Wii U version flopped.
Did it flop? I just thought the DS.
I mean, it flopped because nobody had a Wii U.
Oh
I
yeah.
have a Wii U.
Exactly. So
Ouch.
Okay, but
it's fine. I
I
have a
only
Wii U.
bought
Too.
it because everyone else was getting it at the start when
I have a Wii. I have a Wii U as well. So it's like we can be zeros together.
okay.
anyway,
But
the fucking
yeah, like the Monster Hunter game looks really nice. I will say it's not the most thing I'm hyped about, but it was very nice.
I'm just so excited.
I know that I know that my friend TJ is going to be excited. Too bad he doesn't have a PS4.
Sucks for
Weirdly
that guy.
enough, I'm hyped about something that I didn't know, like something that was revealed, not something that I knew would even. It's like a new IP.
I know. I'm
Like,
excited for
I'm
Mario
the most
versus
hyped
Rabbids.
about something comparing me.
So what
And
are you hyped about?
I'm trying to make sure I get the right name for it.
What did it look like?
Is it that David?
I'm making sure I'm getting it right. It
Oh,
looks
God.
like
Oh,
like
hang on now,
yes,
people are
it's called
calling me for dinner.
Starlink.
Peace, bro.
It's called
I'll
Starlink,
be
and
back
it
in a
looks
few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
fucking
Starlink, huh?
amazing. Like Starlink Battle for Atlas. It looks really, really cool. Cannot believe how cool. Like it's the one that apparently like they have like this little stand you can collect like toys and like you can put the little components from like new guns and like new wings and stuff on the toy and build it, and it builds it in game as well. And it's like my inner child is like, how am I spending the money to get this? And then my inner adult's like, I have credit cards, so
Oh, so you're about to lose more money, aren't you?
it looks like something I will literally put all the money into. Like, oh
There
my
we go.
god, Starlink Battle for Atlas. It looks so good. For anybody who didn't see that get revealed, or for anybody who skipped out on that because it's a new IP, fucking look it up. It looks so cool. It was part of the Ubisoft thing, by the way. It was part of the Ubisoft conference.
Ubisoft?
Yes, Ubisoft did really good.
Boobisoft?
Boobisoft?
Boobisoft.
Bernard Soft?
Yeah, Bernard Soft. I like Boobisoft. I don't know. It's really stupid and immature of me to find that funny, but Boobisoft, because I think of like Ooby
Ubisoft
Boobies.
they did really good. I really enjoyed their conference because it was an actual fucking conference.
You really loved it?
I really loved it. Like, not to say that I haven't, like, I've kind of liked every one of them so far. I think that some of them kind of dropped the ball a little bit as for like some things. Like the one so far, the worst one that I saw, and again, I'm gonna get on so many people's nerves probably in this very chat about it, but I think Bethesda so far is the worst conference.
No, I can see what you mean about
They
that.
showed some cool stuff, but I think they had the worst showing so far.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say I agree or disagree with you because I don't really know too much. I've never really played Bethesda's games.
Breath of the Wild was really good, and everything else is sad.
And I saw that Breath of the Wild trailer for
Dude, the DLC for Breath of the Wild looks actually really good.
Yeah, it was the best thing in the conference.
When you get the new amiibos.
Everything in the conference was amazing for Breath of the Wild. I think Breath of the Wild won E3.
Oh my god, shut up.
Everything else sucked.
Everything else was bad, and I hated it. I actually think like the biggest thing that I'm hyped about for Nintendo was something they didn't even do during their conference.
Mm.
They put up the only 3DS game they've announced so far. They put it up after the conference, and it was Return of Samus for 3DS.
Oh yeah.
And it was basically Metroid 2 remade onto the 3DS, which is, it made me go, so that's why they got rid of AMTR or AM2R, another Metroid 2 remake, the fan thing that happened last year.
Because they were working on it.
They're planning on releasing this year.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it's the exact same game. It looks
a little bit of a disappointment.
Like as for a 3DS game, it looks really good.
A little bit of a disappointment for me with the Nintendo conference was that, like, when they went to the I can't remember his name from Pokemon from Game Freak, it was like, we want to let you guys know that we are working on a core title for the Switch. And it's like,
the only reason they did that, right?
Because of all the fucking backlash they got from the freaking Nintendo Direct.
It was like, I understand why they did that, but again, Nintendo's whole thing isn't just the Pokemon show. Like, realistically it is, but the actual company has other things. It's like, I think I was disappointed with Nintendo's thing for a completely different reason. They didn't actually have a conference.
Yeah, they didn't have a conference. It was a Direct.
It was a video. It was a Direct.
Like, we're not even coming to E3. We don't need to. Well, like, how dare you, Nintendo? How dare you?
They're there. They came. They're there.
Yeah, we
saw Miyamoto show up at the Ubisoft conference.
Because
they're there. They have the tournaments that's happening too. They have like 3 tournaments going on this week.
Yeah, I know about that, but I guess it's the fact that they didn't even they didn't even have, I guess, their own
floor. They didn't have showing. It's like, that's the big thing. It's like filling up those seats and like interacting with them, like talking to the audience. Like, they didn't have an actual like showing. And it's kind of the same thing with Sony. Like, yeah, they showed a lot of really cool things during the Sony conference, but they didn't really have a showing as much as it was just a show.
Yeah.
It was weird. Like, I find the weirdest things to complain about when it comes to E3, but like Ubisoft did it right. They actually had an actual show. They like an actual showing. They brought people on the stage. The ending was so cool because like the people who did Beyond Good and Evil 2 like showed up, and then they called everybody back up onto the stage, and they all like were like up there hugging and like shaking each other's hands. It's like that's a fucking conference right there.
No.
Miyamoto showed up in the very beginning of the Ubisoft conference, and he like clapped people's hands on his way to the stage.
Only thing that I will say about Ubisoft that I can think of right now is that Rabbids Mario thing. I don't like the Rabbids one because they took something that I really love that is very cute and made. Well, that too. They ended up upstaging Rayman, and the fact that I don't know I know that they're not actually rabbits, but the fact that they look like just very ugly rabbits annoys me. And honestly, the way I kind of see the rabbits now, they're the video game equivalent of Minions.
Basically. They've been that for a while, though.
But if anything, though, the Minions are more like the movie equivalent of Rabbids, because the Rabbids came first.
Yeah, but it doesn't make it better.
It doesn't make it better, though. I don't know anyone who actually likes the Rabbids. Like, who likes them?
Game itself,
please.
I will say, I don't like the concept of the game, but the game itself, gameplay-wise, looks interesting.
Oh, yeah.
The turn-based combat with, like, the more movability, like the different types of ways of getting around the stage just sounds really cool.
Like,
and again, people are complaining, like, why does Mario need a gun? It's like, fuck you, why can't he have a gun?
Like, even, Gesture was...
Luigi gets the freaking the poltergust and, like, everything. It's like, I love this.
Like, even, Gesture was kind of, like, looking at it, and he was like, I hate saying that this game looks like it might be fun because of the Rabbids, but I think I might be just being too hard on it because they're in the game. And it's like, I can understand that. And again, yeah. I don't know anyone who freaking actually likes these stupid things. If anyone likes them, make yourselves known and tell me what you like about them. I don't understand.
I have nothing but contempt for them.
I thought you would really like the other announcement Nintendo made because of it just seems like it might be up your alley with the new Kirby game.
The Kirby game? It's funny because
really cute. It looked really nice.
It's funny because I was we actually woke up at like a little bit before 9 a.m. over here to watch the Nintendo one, and honestly, I was looking at them and half asleep. I was like, Kirby 4 Swords Adventure.
Yes. It looks like it'd be so fun, and I think that the reason I'm thinking it might be right up your alley is because like it just looks like you can do just about anything that comes to mind. And I know that like whenever you play games, especially thinking back on the Terraria playthrough we did a long time ago, like whenever you think about doing something, you're like, is this possible? And it's like, well, no, Squeaky, it's not possible. But there it looked like it is. Yeah. Like they were combining powers with like the enemies, and like they were like making all the enemies like your friends, and like it just looks like anything you can think to do in that game you could actually do.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like the customization options that like Crystal Stars had, the 64 Kirby game.
It's funny considering I've never played an actual like Kirby game.
You never played a Kirby game?
I didn't really grow up with Nintendo. We had a Super Nintendo, and the only games we had were Mortal Kombat 3, some NBA shit, and Jurassic Park, and Super Mario World. Like, I didn't grow up with Mario. After that Super Nintendo, all we had was, like, PlayStation, and Kirby isn't on any of those. When I was young...
You need to bug Jester to get Kirby so you guys can play it.
When I was younger, though, and I had gotten a Game Boy Advance... I remember that I had wanted the game Nightmare in Dreamland because I remember seeing the commercial and I was like, that looks cool and Kirby looks really cute. I want to play that. And when I remember when we went to the video game store to get it because my parents were going to buy it for me as like I think it was a birthday gift or something, they didn't have it. So my parents were like, well, they don't have it. Do you want to choose another game?
Oh,
and I ended up
Barbie Horse Adventure.
No, they let me choose another game. I ended up getting Hamtaro Ham Ham Heartbreak, which is a great game.
Oh my god, Ham Ham Heartbreak is so good though.
It's such a good game.
Squeaky, here's all you need to understand about Kirby.
About Ham Ham Heartbreak before.
Here's all you need to understand about Kirby. When they heal each other, they kiss.
Okay. And Armenia 007 says, Shadow got guns. Did people enjoy that?
I mean,
Some people did.
sus.
It's a
Some
thing.
poor fools did.
Actually, yeah, some people did enjoy Shadow the Hedgehog. Oh, speaking of Shadow the Hedgehog, again, not even in the E3 thing because it came out right after they were done. Same thing with the Metroid trailer, but the Sonic Forces trailer that came out right afterwards, that started showing like more evil and more bad guys, and it's like it showed like all the bad guys from other Sonic games, and Shadow was up there like arms crossed with like chaos and freaking other things. It's like, why the fuck are you over there, Shadow?
To be fair, in his game, he did try to crash a meteor into the planet.
That's if you go the bad
Other
route.
than that, though, he's also worked with the government to save the world on several occasions. He literally works for the president of the United States.
But you know, there was that one time he did try to commit genocide.
He got better.
I was actually gonna ask too because
Isn't Chaos destroyed?
No, Chaos got better. It's just a blob. It got
Wait.
happy.
But yeah, what, Squeaky?
I was actually gonna say that I think it was the Sony one. I don't know, but Marvel vs. Capcom looked a little bit interesting to me.
It looked really good, actually.
Like-
I always make fun of Marvel vs. Capcom, but it looked really good.
Like when me and Jester were watching it, he was like, "Are they actually gonna try to give this shit a story?" And I'm like, "It looks pretty silly, but I love the fact I love like seeing the raccoon from Guardians of the Galaxy being like, 'Hey Dante, can the girls come out to dance?' And it's just like just seeing him shoot something with Ebony and Ivory, and Dante being like, 'Yeah, sure, here are my guns.'"
Yeah,
Like
that was something that really got to me too, because like whenever I was watching, I'm like, are they gonna make it to where we can hand off the guns?
well,
Like, can we give other characters weapons from other people?
Well, I think that was mainly just a cutscene thing, but the way I saw it, I was like, I've never played a Marvel vs. Capcom game, but this one looks pretty darn interesting. And the fact that as long as they're, from what Jester said again, they're trying to give it a story, I guess, this time. And it's honestly like, as long as it doesn't take itself too seriously, and honestly, if it's going to have Dante and some of them in there, I don't think it will. But
No, it's
it
not.
sounds like it looks fun.
Did you see the ending with like them all just like looking as the two of them, like the two other people like just disappeared, and they're like, "Ugh, ninjas.
Yeah. That's what I
Like,
also...
it's not gonna take itself too seriously.
I also want to see X and Zero. I want to know why Zero's on the bad side, which I kind of have a feeling I know why.
We all
because
know why Zero's on the bad side.
because
he got fucking tricked again.
no, because his eyes were red, so something's controlling him. Because X was like, Zero, what are you doing over there? So I feel, and because Zero is where the Maverick virus originated, and Sigma seems to have like fused with somebody. I think it was like Darkseid or whatever that Jester said his name was. I feel like that might be involved as to why Zero's on their side, because it didn't look like he was himself.
I'm trying to think. When did Zero get tricked?
I don't
not like
know.
trick, but you know what I mean. Like
No.
he's always like the one that goes. And every single thing I've ever seen a quote unquote Zero, even in like the ZX games, the person that has the Zero part, like he always like goes off ahead of you to do like this mission, and then gets fucking betrayed, and then fucking killed, and then you have to take up his mantle. That's like in almost every X game, like in every like thing that I've like seen.
Zero does have a
Especially the
horrible
ZX
track
games.
record of fucking dying.
He goes, and that's why I'm saying tricked. He goes out on this mission, be it through Sigma or through someone else, and then like he fucking gets betrayed and dies. Like that's what I mean by tricked.
Okay.
He's the spiritual successor to Proto Man as far as getting tricked by bad guys are concerned.
Well,
I understand now.
I
was
want
just slightly confused.
to say he's more the successor to Base, but not many people remember Base.
People remember Base. They remember Base too weirdly.
I remember
Like
Forte.
I'm sorry, like I understand, like I love Base. I really do. He's a really cool character. Some people really make him super edgelord.
Yeah,
Like
he's
he
not
is
as
edgelord, but not that much.
he was honestly just kind of dark Mega Man, Rockman, whatever you want to call him, because he was his thing, and he also had his own dog.
Mm.
He
And
also
that's what
had
he's supposed to be. That was the extent of what he was supposed to be. And a dark Mega Man, a dark replacement for Mega Man. But then like
he was Wily's Mega Man.
ever since like Mega Man 10, people do this. Fandoms do this all the time, and it's mostly seen in like
Hello?
more fandoms that are more
Hello?
more vocal about things. Sonic fandom, and but they really make him out to be complete monster edgelord, like crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
But again,
like,
it looks pretty fun though.
and then like again, like especially like in the NetNavi games, they really make him out to be like supreme edgelord there.
Yeah, he is
And
a
I'm
bit
back.
birdie in the NetHeavy games.
What
That's
else
all.
happened at E3 though? There was, I mean, I got excited yesterday because Red mentioned that the Shadow of the Colossus thing they showed was like a remake instead of like a remastering.
Fully new game.
It looks like a remastering still.
From
From what I actually saw of it in the Sony conference, it still looks like a remastering.
It's funny because like me and Jester also saw that, and it was like Jester was like, okay, yeah, it looks pretty, but honestly, it just feels like when it comes to Shadow of the Colossus, it's just like they're shouting out their patch notes and want us to be hyped about it. It looks better now, guys. Look how we improved it. It's like, okay, you've done this like 4 times already.
It's interesting. Like it's interesting. Like, yeah, Shadow of the Colossus is a great game. It's a wonderful game. I thought like a remake would mean like, you know, it's the same basic principle, same type of thing. You go out and do it. It's supposed to be like a retelling of the original. That's what a remake is. A remastering is when you take everything and up the graphics. That's basically all they're doing, is taking everything, upping the graphics, making the world a bit bigger, and making the Colossuses like more interactive. Because like I saw they were watching you a lot more in this
Mhm.
game. Like they turned to focus on you a lot more in the trailers for this game.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems like they could have done a lot more, and I got really hyped up because of fucking Red.
I want to
I got disappointed because of fucking Red.
say, great guy Red is, but he falls to hype way too easy. That's why I take everything he says with a grain of salt.
He fucked me up earlier today too during my stream. He wasn't even there, and he messed me up. I tried to play Elder Scrolls Legends for my stream, and like I logged in, and for some reason I logged in, and my name was Copeland M.
Typing very crazily.
Anthony, I think it's you, man.
I don't know.
Is it?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's
you're
you.
typing, dude. But yeah, like he did that this morning, and it's just like, Red, you're on my shit list today, man. One more screw up, and one more screw up, and I'll have somebody take your spot, man.
I thought I could fix it, but I guess I couldn't.
It's okay.
I covered E3 on Twitter, so I'm scrolling through all the stuff that I typed down to see what we're talking about.
It's just like I'm trying to think other things that happened. Again, like the Starlink thing, like that came out of nowhere for me, and I didn't think a new IP would actually be that interesting to me. But it's kind of like a mix of like, it's kind of like Amiibos meet like custom Robo type of deal for me. And
That's the
it's
thing
like
that
really
I'm super excited for.
And it's like, it's really interesting because from what they showed in the trailer, you could take parts off of your little toy spaceship and put other parts onto it, and it'll affect the ship in game and as you do it. And it's like, collect them all. And it's like, I probably will try.
Welcome to my world, buddy.
It's just really interesting. Like they actually had a few interesting new games and new IPs that came out this year. Beyond Good and Evil 2 looked really good from the end of Ubisoft's conference. Like that looked really good for a while. I didn't even know what it was for the longest time, and then it's just like, oh, it's this game that people have been hyped about for like fucking decade.
Did they show anything about Death Stranding, the Kojima Guillermo del Toro thing?
I haven't seen anything of it yet. No. I haven't seen anything from Kojima yet.
I asked because they usually show something.
Well, E3's technically not over yet.
Oh, okay. So maybe it might, but I highly doubt it.
Not over yet. Again, Nintendo does this a lot more than other companies, but they still release like other things among the other days, more trailers and stuff like that. So we might still see something, but we didn't see another big game like other people that people were really hyped about, like learning stuff. What was it? We didn't see any. I don't think we didn't see anything of like
Final Fantasy VII.
On the tip of my tongue. Forget it. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember it. Oh well.
Yeah, I don't know what game you're talking about, sadly.
Taking away just the whole conference aspect of things, though, like how they should have like put it down there, Nintendo did pretty good.
Yeah, I have to agree with that.
A lot of the things they showed, they did pretty good.
Hmm.
I was looking at the Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Looked interesting. The voice acting's kind of a little
Meh.
weird, but it looked interesting at the very least.
I loved seeing the trailer for the Fire Emblem Warriors. I can't wait to say Ren and Len from the Disasters of Dragon Miku.
Why
Oh
do they
my.
okay, why don't they just take what they did right in Hyrule Warriors and put it to other games? Why do we have to keep having like insert characters? They do that with Dragon Quest too. It's like, why do we need insert characters? We're not playing these games for the insert characters. We're playing these games to play as our favorite Dragon Quest or Fire Emblem or fucking any other
Final
thing.
Fantasy.
I don't know about you, man. I want to play Ren and Len.
It's weird because like the entire time, all the other characters are going like, "You can do it, you two," and "You two have been like this," and "You two are this," and it's like, who the fuck are these two?
Yeah.
Why do all of you know them?
It's funny because this is
Because bonds of friendship. Or
no,
whatever, I
no,
don't know.
no. The only thing is, like, when I made like with the Ren and Len joke, I made it while I was like half tired watching the stream, the direct live. But I wouldn't be surprised if someone else came up with the joke because it's not entirely
It's
original.
one of those things to where even Hyrule Warriors created new characters. They created new
Yeah.
characters for the game, but they weren't the main focus characters. Like the main character, I guess it's harder for other franchises to do this because the main character for Hyrule Warriors is fucking Link. Like it's probably harder for other franchises to do it, but what they did in Hyrule Warriors was they made the main character Link, but it was a different Link. They slapped a new Link in there, slapped a new story to it, and it was really good. But then like Dragon Quest Heroes came out, and it's like, hey, we have these two characters that you can choose between being boy or girl, and they're bland as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
here, I'm
know. Just like
hoping
pick
to
a protagonist character. You have plenty of them.
And here I'm just hoping to God that it isn't going to be like extremely horribly bad. Like I'm hoping so much that these two characters aren't just going to be bland insert characters.
Yeah.
Anyway, guess what? There's a new Pokemon coming out for the Switch.
Yeah, but we saw nothing of it, so
Yeah, we saw nothing of it.
I
and,
can't be excited for that. I'm sorry.
But yeah, like here's the thing: the only reason they even mentioned that was so people would get off their fucking backs. And I honestly, with the whole Nintendo Direct that happened a couple of days ago or a couple of weeks ago at this point, I don't fucking know how long ago it happened. But with that when it came out, people were so mad that like Pokken Tournament took up the majority of it. Whenever it's like, if I was a company wanting to sell you a game, I'm going to want to sell you the game that's coming out next, as opposed to the game that will sell copies regardless.
Yeah.
Like, it just seems like if I want somebody to buy a game that I made, I would rather somebody buy the game that is coming out the soonest so I can get more of the monies. Like, why are people mad at a company for making a game and then advertising for it? Like, and then whenever the backlash came out, like, how come these aren't on the Switch? How come this isn't on the Switch? They had to come out and be like, it's coming on the Switch. Don't fucking cry about it anymore, babies.
Wow, I am a baby. Also, somebody fetch me a nipple.
It's just get the fuck. It's like, fine, you're getting your Switch Pokemon. Good job ruining the fucking surprise. Get out of here, you kid. And they're like it'll probably come out in like a year. We're trying to focus on things that are coming out this year, like E3's supposed to do, except for, in the past couple of years, whenever E3 games don't come out immediately, we're looking at Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts.
No, Kingdom Hearts is never going to come out again. Like, we've gotten trailers, but it's never going to come out. Like, just be honest here.
Secretly,
we're all gonna be
Valve
like
bought
80.
them out, and Valve
We're going to be
doesn't know
like
how to
80,
count
and then
to
they're going to
three.
cancel it. Like, they're like, sorry, guys, we made way too many promises. It's been 80 years.
Anyway, Metroid Prime 4. Any thoughts on it?
Oh man, I love that title.
Yeah,
That's all
honestly.
we got from it. It's just like Metroid Prime 4.
Well, at least it's not whatever that crappy thing was that made Samus into a whiny little.
Well, yeah, whatever. We don't know that. We don't know that. We didn't see anything of the game. It could be Metroid Other M2 for all we know. Like,
Is it being made by Team Ninja?
Thanks.
The first thing
I
they
was
show,
trying
the
to
first
understand.
thing they show about it is gonna be like, it's gonna be Samus coming in, and she's just gonna fucking fall to her knees and start crying, holding a pie in her hands. And I'm gonna call it right now. I'm playing, of course. They're not gonna do it, but you can't say for 100%. Like, at least it's not Metroid Other M, motherfucker. This could be the worst. This could be the worst Metroid game we ever have. Like, it really could, because we didn't see anything. All they did was go title.
Yeah,
No gameplay, no cinematic, no anything.
Yeah, I can't fall behind just a title screen and be hyped for that. I can't. You're not showing me anything.
It's the same concept as the Pokemon thing. Motherfuckers, stop crying. We're giving you another Metroid. Calm down.
It just seems like
replaced that title. They should have replaced that title thing there with the trailer for the Metroid game that's coming out for 3DS. Like, that's an actual trailer.
Well, now we know what happened to the Metroid 2 fan game.
Yeah, we had mentioned that a little earlier. That's why they most likely took it down, is because they were actually working on it. So it was like, you need to go by. But
yeah, they took it down quick too.
But
yeah, it looks really good. I honestly, though, the biggest thing that's really making me laugh about it though is I still think that AM2R looks a little bit better. But that's because of hardware. Like, AM2R had a lot of a bunch of time to work on it. It's on computer. It's not on a handheld. The Samus Returns looks actually really good on the 3DS though. For a 3DS game, it looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Splatoon 2. I was excited for it, but then I wasn't because of the pay-to-play thing. Rant. Moving on to Rocket League.
Okay.
What else?
Odyssey?
Odyssey looks alright.
What about things we didn't know that were coming out for like months?
Although
Odyssey did look pretty interesting. I like the ideas that they showed, that it's going to be actual gameplay where you can throw your hat onto enemies and take over them.
Jester's a little concerned about that, actually. He says that I hope that mechanic doesn't break the game and make it too easy. Yeah, that's his concern.
Get a bullet bill and fly to the end of the stage.
Exactly, things like that, or just be a dinosaur and plow through all the enemies.
Let's be fair. No Mario game nowadays is hard.
No.
Or you could be a giant domino running around screaming, "No one can stop Mr. Domino!"
Or you can be a Goomba.
Or you can be a Goomba. Or you can be a fireball and just, I don't know. I feel like there's going to be a limit to the hat. The weird hat thing.
There might be.
We've just seen what you can do with it.
What they showed on the trailer and let us take over a T-Rex.
Yeah, I'll be sad if
that reminded me of Meet the Robinsons.
Or that reminded me of the Amazing World of Gumball, since there is a T-Rex who rampages in that.
Well, I mean the actual like Meet the Robinsons, where they put a hat on a dinosaur and it becomes sentient.
I have a big head and little arms. I just don't know how I could do it, Master. And then it cuts to someone bashing their head against the computer.
I just it's when we saw the T-Rex before the hat appeared, Jester is just like, is Nintendo making their own Monster Hunter? Why can't they just port Monster Hunter? And then we saw the hat and it was like, oh, okay, it's Odyssey.
Sure Monster Hunter never wants to get onto an actual console Nintendo game again after the Wii U one did. After the Wii U one died.
I don't blame them.
Let's see here.
Those amiibos though.
The amiibos look really good.
The amiibos look nice.
The new Zelda amiibos look really good. I like them.
The Odyssey ones I actually like. With the wedding attire of stuff. Oh, they also announced Metroid amiibos with the sucker one, the brain sucker. That one is actually going to be squishy.
You mean a Metroid?
Yeah, it's called a Metroid. I don't even play the game, and I know it's called a Metroid.
I don't know. I've never played a single Metroid game.
Me neither, and I know they're called a Metroid. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, What about that one
Stuff
game?
that
The
wasn't announced.
what?
The stuff that wasn't announced. For example, I wanted a Lego game. They didn't show a Lego game. I wanted Yokai Watch. They didn't show Yokai Watch.
That's not. I mean, they're not. They didn't show any 3DS games to be perfectly
Yeah.
fair. It was the entire Switch show.
They're gonna focus on the Switch because right now the Switch is
It's
their new
selling like
console that needs games.
Yeah.
The 3DS does not need any more games right now.
I wish they kind of would have left the Rabbids thing to just the Ubisoft
Yeah.
panel, because like if that was the case, I'd be still a little bit more excited for the remainder of E3, because like if they would have just left that to just the Ubisoft thing, it would have been like more third-party developers are probably making a lot more stuff for it. But because they also showed it in the Nintendo Direct, I keep calling it a Nintendo Direct, because they still showed it in the Nintendo conference, it's like, well, we kind of saw everything Nintendo's going to do now. Like,
It's a thing of it felt like filler. It felt like honest to God filler.
and they had other things they could have showed. They could have showed the Sonic Forces trailer again instead of showing it after the show. They could have showed the Metroid game instead of showing it after the show. You know what would have been amazing to how to actually tease Metroid Prime 4? Show the Return of Samus thing, and then at the end, like after like the whole like, you know, the Nintendo, but like then show like Metroid Prime 4 and then like go away, you know, give it a little bit more time, and people like, oh snap,
God, no.
instead of, hey, we're waiting for a trailer that's not fucking happening.
Yeah, like give me a reason to be hyped. Right now, just a title. It's like, okay, I guess you guys are working on this now too.
And the worst part is it's worked. Like so many people are still hype about it.
And
Like so many people are still like talking about it like it's gonna be like the greatest thing ever. And it's like, you guys don't know.
I was gonna say, and I'm gonna be a butthole for a second and say that they're dumb, because I hate hype. That's why I refuse to get hyped over everything. I look at everything almost slightly pessimistically, because hype destroys things.
Yeah,
And-
hype can ruin it.
Hopefully it'll still be good.
Hopefully it will still be good. I hope that the people who are excited get what they want and what they're expecting. But it wouldn't surprise me if they hype themselves up to the point that when they do get the game, they're not satisfied because it doesn't meet the expectations that they have.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of hype, actually games, I've just went onto a news website and they say Lego Dimensions is dead and nothing new at E3. We are exploring more options, says a booth worker.
Well, I mean, Lego Dimensions is probably dead because it only has one person wanting to actually play it.
Yeah, me.
I'm also gonna say this, that compared to things like Amiibos and even Skylanders, honestly, looking at Lego Dimensions as a game,
I mean, even Skylanders are dying, so like,
Yeah.
Amiibo's destroyed every other type of thing out there.
it's that, and also looking at Lego Dimensions in concept and how it's executed, it kills itself, because if you want to play as a certain character, you have to get the figure for it. So what should be just a $60 game with optional DLC, you end up spending way more money than honestly somebody should.
It's at least 80. Like, it really
No,
is.
not even.
At
There's
the
a
very least, if you only buy one toy, it's at least 80.
if let's just say if you're a completionist and you want to get all the characters and all the stuff, you are spending over, I think, $600 to $700 on just plastic for this game. It shoots itself in the foot. I know the YouTuber who doesn't, and if anything, I'll find the video and I'll link it in the Discord and maybe even the YouTube chat if anyone cares. But it's a game that shoots itself in the foot, and I'm sorry, as a consumer and even to some semblance as a gamer, I can't fault anyone for looking at that and saying that is a ripoff. I'm not touching it. They shot themselves in the foot with that. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm back.
These
What-
are the things that like they showed off the Ubisoft panel. The things for the Starlinks, like they apparently attach onto your controller, and like you can put like different like weapons and stuff on them and take them off, and it looks really fucking cool.
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
It kind of
well,
reminds me of another game called LBX, if you know what that is, or Danball Senki in Japan.
again, it's kind of like just the concept nowadays of like the amiibo because you're connecting it down to the thing, but it also reminds me of custom robo, like the old custom robo things. Where it's like instead of actually just being in real life though, like it looks really cool, and just the fact you can like reattach like different weapons and they show up in game like automatically, because during the gameplay stuff they showed, it was almost seamless. You take a piece off the ship, put a piece on the ship, that piece shows up in the game. It's so cool.
Okay.
It looks so nice, and I can't wait to play it. And it's PS4, and I'm going to buy it immediately.
I'm saving my money for the new Monster Hunter.
I'm saving my money to buy a PS4 so I can get Lego World, so I can build anything because it's Lego's version of Minecraft.
Dude, just go buy some Legos, man.
Yeah, go buy real Legos.
No, dude, go buy some Legos. Like that's what I did whenever I had a boner for Legos, I went and bought Legos. Dude, I went through like most of my childhood was me with a gigantic fucking toy box full of tiny Legos, streaming them all over my house, with this and like making like adventures with little duck people, because I would take like the rectangle yellow ones and like the same color square ones, put one on the top, one on the bottom. It's a duck. Like I went through freaking the entirety of childhood with the Ducky Adventures, and it was amazing and wonderful. And what did you just freaking link? Oh, it's that thing. I know what that is. Oh,
I don't know.
The weird. Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. But yeah, but no, like these are actual fucking planes and not robots, though. These are ships. These are planes, man. These are fuck you up with my mortars over here.
Anywho, yeah.
They're gonna destroy, and yet here's the big thing though, like it's probably not gonna catch on. The game is probably not gonna catch on, and I'm gonna be sad. But I want to play it anyway.
It looks.
Yeah, I'll play it out of
interesting.
curiosity, or I'll see gameplay footage of it when it actually comes out.
It looks like it's gonna be fun, but also just the fact of most games that have out of a game like stuff to do with it, they usually don't do well. They said you could still get the stuff in game as well, like different stuff in game, like there are digital things you can buy for it, but I just feel like, why would you buy digital when you can have it fucking like your fucking ship just sitting there? If I become like world champion at this game, I would want to have my ship in front of me all the time going, that's what fucked up everyone. I'm amazing.
And then I was gonna sing a song, but of course no show tunes.
Yep.
It was
None of that.
It was the whoa find the power with you being Kamina.
Well, again, they're not robots.
They're not robots.
They're not robots, man. They're ships. They're fucking like you're comparing like Gundams versus fucking like Star Wars over here. Like these are like freaking just ships. You shoot things and kill. Like if they were transforming robots, I would understand. But like we're not gonna get an actual Gundam game like this until after this shows up. And if they do come out with a Gundam game like this, I'm buying that one too. And then I'm gonna tell the people, I'm gonna slam the Gundam on the ground. Why aren't we getting a custom Robo again? Because custom Robo is the shit. Custom Robo is the best freaking.
Custom
Anyway,
Robo was amazing. It was so anime.
Thank you very much, Kitty. I mentioned custom Robo like 3 times this chat, and no one's agreed with me. So thank you very much. You're my favorite.
I'm sorry. I don't know too much about custom
Robo.
Robo.
Just agree with me so that I can feel better. Like that's basically all I'm looking for. I'm fishing for just comfort at this point.
Okay, you're right, Deco.
Who likes card games? And
So-
No
Okay.
card games got thrown in at E3, and that's the worst part about it. Not a
going back to your
not a single card game got thrown into E3, and I'm pissed about it.
Shadowverse at the PC gaming show last night. Anyway, if you like Gundam and card games, this is the thing for you. Try it.
I don't think I can afford an entire fucking arcade cabinet.
Well, you're in luck because
I don't
there's
think
also
you
a
can afford an
DS
entire
port.
fucking arcade.
I mean, it's probably cheaper than one of Pegasus's dueling stadiums.
No.
You can't say much about card games because card games don't really interest me, sadly.
Fucking love card games.
Okay,
There's
if there was a
also-
way to
I
if
don't
there
want
was
to talk about card games today just because Red fucked me over with Elder Scrolls Legends earlier. Thank you, Red.
I would have played that if I was a bigger fan of Elder Scrolls.
Well,
I
there's also a
literally had to like send a message to the help, be like, hey, for some reason it keeps logging me in this guy Copeland M's account. Can you please stop this? And like they sent back, they're like, hey, you could just sync your account to your Bethesda account. And I'm like, hey, there's no option for that. And they're like, no, you see, you go down to the bottom left and you click that little head icon and it says you can link it from there. And I'm like, motherfucker, it doesn't. And I sent them a link of exactly what it showed. This is a friends list, you idiots.
How do you not know your own fucking game?
That's funny.
Triage also has a 3DS port.
Okay.
What has a 3DS port?
Triage.
The Gundam arcade card game. It's sort of like the Dragon.
Where did we get to Gundam arcades? Like we can't
It's a card game.
play Gundam arcades. We need more custom Robo. Gundam needs to go away. Gundam's gone. Gundam is forever. Like we're done with Gundam.
I need more cubes in my life.
Gundam needs like freaking stretchy arm dragons. That's all I remember of Gundam.
So
All I remember
all
from
I'm hearing
Gundam-
out of your mouth is we need more small cubes in our lives.
Yes, we need more.
Oh, speaking of
we need
cube-
more custom Robo.
Hang on.
And also, again, this game looks really good though. The Starlink looks really good. We're still talking E3, and we've gone on so many tangents at this point. But Squeaky, is there anything that you actually have seen out of everything you've seen? What is the most good for you? I know you said you don't like hype, but what is the most hype for you at E3 right now? And if you say Breath of the Wild, I'm going to snap the neck.
You see, there was this really nice Breath of the Wild DLC.
Honestly, the Xenoblade looked a little bit interesting.
I haven't played a single Xenoblade game.
I've never played Xenoblade.
This one didn't look connected, so.
I've never played any of the Xenoblade games. It didn't look bad because I do kind of like RPGs. But honestly, I can't really say anything really grabbed me because it's also been a long time since I've really dove myself into a video game and like literally enjoyed one. I don't know. I can't really tell when I fell out of video games. And I don't even want to say I fell out of video games. It's just nothing's been able to catch my attention and been like, nothing grabs me and been like, man, that shit right there, I want to fucking play it. Like,
I completely understand that. Like,
yeah.
Again, not getting what you just nothing really showing up. Like last year again, like with especially you're like Breath of the Wild. Last year again, like with that. It really grabbed at you and you played it and it was great. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
This year it's like, again, a lot of the games they showed in Nintendo you haven't played because you didn't grow up with Nintendo. A few of them could have been, more shown like Virtual Prime 4, like instead of just giving us a fucking title, Nintendo.
Here's the thing, I will say, as sucky as just getting a title, at least you got something. For Pokemon, all we got was the guy freaking on his desk writing a piece of paper being like, you guys are getting Pokemon. Shut up. And then he leaves. Like,
here's the thing, no, you can't say that because with Pokemon we at least got the next series of games in some sort of trailer form. We still have the Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon stuff in trailer form. This is the next Metroid game.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the Switch. I'm not talking about.
They only did that. Pokken. There you go.
I'm not talking about the spin-off.
They weren't even gonna release it. They weren't even going to say anything about it.
No, I know.
The reason they said something about it in the Switch thing is because, like...
It was damage control.
Being assholes.
Exactly, it was damage control. And it was a thing of, like, oh, okay, just tell us that it's existing. We know that you guys are working on something, because I remember the had leaked information that Game Freak was looking for, like, looking to hire new, developers, and not developers, but, like, designers and stuff for a mainstream worldwide known game, which everyone was like, Pokemon for the Switch. But it was a thing of the fact that we saw nothing, even though we know it's happening. I guess it kind of just felt like another slap in the face.
Well, the biggest thing, if you think of it like that happened around January.
I think it was January, yeah.
How much can we really realistically see at this point? Like, if they just hire people for that at that point, how much, especially with them working on other Pokemon games, how much could they have shown us?
Oh no, I'm not.
They really should. Whenever everybody was going crazy for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, saying about like how they hired all these people and stuff like that for these games, and that's all we're getting, and it's like, how much do you think we're gonna see?
No,
The
I already knew
biggest
it wasn't
thing
for
somebody
that.
had said, the absolute biggest thing somebody had said, and they said it during one of my streams. I think I'm not sure who did it, but I'm calling you out, whoever the fuck you are. They had said, we didn't get the next generation already, and it's like. We just got Generation 7!
Yeah, that I will disagree with. That person, you're fucking stupid. We got Sun and Moon literally a fucking year ago.
Not even a year ago.
Well, once Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon comes out, it's literally gonna be a year since Sun and Moon came out. So anyone who's being like, "Where's Gen 8?" You shut the fuck up. We're not ready for Gen 8.
We don't get new generations every year. This isn't fucking Call of Duty.
Like,
it's so crazy that people were so like mad at Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Like, I can't believe we're getting this shit. We need a new generation already. It's like
it's been a year. We just
hasn't been a full year yet.
Just have fucking games. I'm still not even done with all those, with everything you have to do in those games, because I suck at video. I can't see the 3DS screen because I'm blind.
My only gripe with Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon is that it feels like it should have just been DLC. But that's
about Black and White too, though.
No, I'm saying though this is based on all I know so far, where it's an alternate story of Sun and Moon. To which it's like, okay. So
Platinum?
I don't know. Again, I can't really tell you. This is just what my opinion was based off when I saw this, when it was like, all I'm seeing is apparently in some cutscenes other Pokemon will star instead of what they star the Pokemon that starred in the cutscenes in the original ones. There's the thing with the Lunala and Solgaleo. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, well, now we're in a bit of an age where these kind of things can be DLC. Why aren't we doing that? And at the same time,
if it's the full game, then it shouldn't be DLC. If this is like the Emerald or Platinum equivalent, which I doubt that it's even that. If it's the Emerald or Platinum equivalent, then it's a completely new game. At best, if it's a Black and White 2 equivalent, then we're going to get additions onto some part of the story, or a side story that would have happened like during the time that was equally as important. The reason these aren't going to be like DLCs is because they would literally be like thousands of, like, not thousands of gigs, but you know what I mean, they would be the exact same size of an actual game, if not bigger. I don't know about you guys, but I'm running out of space on my 3DS.
Yeah, well, again, I only know with the new 3DS is that the SD card is a little bit harder to change on it, but either way, all I know is that the reason I don't think it's kind of like Black 2 and White 2 levels, where it's a whole new story with new characters and new conflicts and stuff. Again, I'm going by what they're saying and their words. It's an alternate storyline with some changes, a couple new features, and nothing else. So it feels like
you described Emerald.
I know that that's how the past third games were, but those were in times where we didn't have DLC.
But it's still, they're completely different games with different Pokemon placements, with different item placements.
I can't say I entirely agree with that though, because I'm literally just going by what they said.
In a time, the game was a couple of seconds.
I know, and it kind of sucks. And it kind of sucks that that's all they gave us. But that's all I can. This is the only honest opinion that I can form from what I've seen. I've seen the protagonist is no different. I've seen slight cutscene changes, which again, that could be that's not super, space heavy, for lack of a better word. Okay, a couple new features. I can understand. Maybe it's better to just put it in another game. I can see where putting it in a different, just making it its own game is a thing. Nintendo is also a little bit backwards with the times, where they're still not used to making big things like this DLC. And maybe it's also for accessibility, making it easier to access to some people, to maybe who didn't even get Sun and Moon. Instead of having them get Sun and Moon and then pay for a DLC, why not just make it a separate cartridge so they don't even have to worry about Sun and Moon, and they can just get Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. I know I'm not saying that I disagree that it shouldn't be its own thing, but from what I've seen so far, it feels like it should be DLC of some sort. but I can
From
also
what I've
understand
seen-
why
from what
it's
I've
getting a
seen
physical
myself looking
release.
at that trailer, it seems to be taking place in a different time. So, you know, because again, we saw the flowers blooming on the root, things of that nature. So it's a different season. And I would say that toward Platinum. Platinum was a completely different season at the time. The different Pokemon placements was like the Wingull flying around and things like that were not in the original, which is a lot more memory than you would think it would be. Going ahead and going into the new Pokemon, like the Solgaleo and Lunala thing, with them being slightly different and with like obvious like whatever that Pokemon was called, Necrozma, was that
I think
it?
it's called Necrozma. I don't know.
Necrozma, whatever. Like this is obviously going to be like more focused on that because again, he is a more like focal thing, and we saw the different like looks of these Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it's gonna be focusing more on that, which again I would go into like either Black and White 2 or again go to Platinum. Platinum was such a different game than the original Diamond and Pearl that it was just the same game with a different scenario at a different time, but there was so much added into it. More legendary Pokemon, more areas to go to, more
Mhm.
ways of battling, a bunch of fixes from the original, and a better story, a much better story. Whenever it comes to this, the way I'm looking at this, looking at what we've already seen so far with, again, the different looks of the legendaries and things of that, I'm comparing it more to Black and White 2 because of the whole like fusion of the legendaries thing. But if
Mhm.
I'm to be honest, from what we've gotten so far, it's reminding me so much more of Platinum, which again is a completely different beast than Diamond and Pearl.
Mhm.
Completely different.
Of course. And again,
And-
I can also understand why they would just rather make it its own game, because it's like, well, in the case of Platinum, DLC still kind of wasn't a thing, and it's just a lot easier for everyone to
You couldn't
access.
have done DLC with Platinum is what
No.
I'm trying to get at.
Oh no,
This
and
game was
again,
completely different.
and again, I can understand that. Now DLC can reach farther ranges. Like, for example, freaking the Breath of the Wild DLC, not the one that's coming out soon, the one that's coming out during the holidays, is apparently, I think, like a third as big as the whole Breath of the Wild game, and that's a big game. That's like,
Yeah,
I
but
think
if
the
you were
game.
to compare that to the size of the actual Pokemon games right now, if you were to give us a DLC with as much changes as something like Platinum would have brought into this, then it would be another game. It
No.
would be just another game altogether.
No,
It wouldn't be a third of the memory. It would be another game.
Again,
Like,
I can.
like I'm thinking these things anyway. If we're gonna like think back on like previous titles, like you know, thinking about like how Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire was so much bigger size wise for your DSs than X and Y. These two games are probably going to be even bigger of a burden onto a system.
No,
It just seems like putting them as DLC is not going to work.
And again, it probably wouldn't. I'm just saying, I guess a better way of saying what I've been saying over and over again is, if it was possible, why not make it DLC? But again, knowing how Nintendo is, they want to make their games accessible to as many people as possible. DLC probably isn't the way to go about it, and that's totally understandable. Will I get Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon in that case? I don't know yet, because I haven't even done the fucking post game for Sun and Moon. I don't care.
Dude, I haven't even either.
I don't
Like,
even have Sun and Moon.
It's just a thing of like, if it's just an alternate retelling, it just kind of feels almost slightly lazy to me. But hey, if someone finds some sort of enjoyment out of it, that's on them. Will I look into it? Maybe. I don't know. I definitely need more.
I got through my Moon version, and you know how long it took me to get through that.
Yeah.
Like, Jester was on me like crazy to finish.
I definitely need to know a lot more about what's going to be going on with it before I can really completely solidify it should just be DLC, or yeah, okay, it can be its own game. For now, I'm trying to see it in both perspectives, as why it should be DLC, but also why I understand Nintendo's taking the route that they're taking and just make it as easy for everybody to play as possible.
I'm also gonna say with like the Fates games, those were DLC and also had physical copies.
Yeah, but to be fair with the Fates games, fuck the Fates games. Because I wanted to play just the one route, and the only route I wanted to play wasn't its actual fucking game.
That route shit anyway.
That's the only one I wanted to play.
That's the thing. That's also a thing too, Jake.
They
You actually
made
bring
the
up
other two routes their own games, but the
You-
only one I wanted to play was DLC.
Jake
Fuck
actually-
that game.
Jake actually does bring up the good point that honestly I didn't even think of. The fact that Nintendo has actually put full-blown fucking games on their damn eShop.
Well, yeah, they put full-blown games on the eShop, but that's not full-blown game-sized DLC though.
Yeah.
Like even when we're talking about the third game in the Fire Emblem thing, it wasn't the size of the other two games.
Well, actually, no, it was pretty massive.
It was massive, yes, but it wasn't
Not
the
the
size.
exact same size, but it added in quite a few new maps, a lot of new characters.
Well, yeah, because it was a different route. Like, they should have just made, again, I feel like they could have, if they just would have put the actual, like, effort into doing it, release that as its own game. Because it was basically its own game, but it was still not the same type of story and epicness that the other two games were. It was still technically DLC. I would compare it to something like looking at like Far Harbor in Fallout 4. Like it could have been its own story and its own big thing. Like, but
I
it
disagree
wasn't.
because the only thing they share in common is the starting chapters. Everything else is different.
Well, yeah, but the starting chapters are still there and they're all pretty much the same.
But
So
then
yeah,
again,
it's just an addition
Pokemon's
onto that
also
game.
reusing a lot of the same content.
But it was an addition onto the same game, though.
I'm just gonna agree to disagree then, because it's. I feel like
I think we're just talking about two different things at this point. I'm
feel
talking
like-
about the quantity of the content.
I feel like at the end of the day, it's just
silent because of
You're
Pokemon stuff that I don't
no one likes it when
understand.
mommy and daddy argue over fucking Pokemon. Again, if it
I
goes
just
one,
get heated with it because this is the reason. Like, this is the exact reason why Nintendo had to come out in this thing this time and be like, "Babies, we're making this game." Like, this is the exact reason, because people look at something they did show them, and they're looking at it like it's less than what it actually is because they were too hyped. They wanted this Switch game. They wanted this other big telling, and what they got was Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. And they got so much backlash from it whenever people should be looking at this like, we didn't even get a third game for X and Y, and people wanted that one.
yeah.
Nobody even wanted this one because people were so hyped for the Switch release. And that's gotta hurt as a developer. It really does.
Honestly,
Whenever you're making this fantastic game and everyone's pissed at you for it.
Well,
They're
we
pissed
still-
at you to a point where you have to pretty much ruin a surprise that was leaked. Nintendo
Well,
didn't even say this out loud. It was leaked
we still
that there
we,
was going to be a Switch release for Pokemon.
we still don't
And
even.
it's things like this, because of the Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon debate, that had to make them come out and say this.
I was gonna say also, with Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, I can't say it's gonna be good or not. Hopefully it is, but my
It's going to be
disappointment.
as good as any other main series Pokemon game. That's how it's going to be pretty much set. Like, I've not been I don't think people have been truly disappointed by a main series Pokemon game in quite a while.
Mhm.
And if you're just going to look at it and say that it's not going to be as good, that's again just because
Oh,
we
no,
want
that's
what's better.
it's
And the
a-
Switch
yeah.
game is going to be so much better, and we all know the Switch game is going to be so much better.
Oh. Yeah, I think it's unfair to judge just by the couple seconds that we saw whether Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are going to be bad or good, because the in-between games usually tend to be the best of the better ones of the generations, because they have more time. The Nintendo or Game Freak can dedicate so much more time to them. But I was also gonna say that out of the whole direct, what I was unsatisfied with wasn't even Pokemon Switch wasn't announced. I was just like, okay, well, they're probably still working on that. They don't have anything to show for it. I'd rather they show me and tell me something when they have something to show. My only slight disappointment was when they were like, hey, Gold and Silver's in the eShop. I was like, sweet, where's Crystal? Where's
I
Crystal?
actually completely agree with that, because
Where's
I fucking hated the original Gold and Silver, and I love Crystal.
I was like, oh, sweet, Gold and Silver.
That's how it goes for me, honestly. I love the in-between games so much. Crystal, fucking Emerald, and Platinum. Platinum is my favorite Pokemon game to date.
Like,
And You're bringing out gold and silver. You at least even brought out yellow with
Yeah.
the old ones. Why couldn't you bring out crystal too? What's wrong with you?
That was the thing. I was like, oh sweet, gold and silver and crystal and crystal and okay, fuck you. Like that was my main gripe. I was like, man, what about crystal? Some people didn't even play gold and silver. They played crystal. Crystal was their Gen 2. I played silver. Yes, silver was when you really think about it, my first Pokemon game because flashback to how kind of video game shitty my childhood was. My parents, when Pokemon was still a thing and like the original Red and Blue and Yellow came out, my parents bought my brother the Game Boy, and it was like, okay, the Game Boy is your brother's. Now you pick out the game, and it's your game. I picked out Pokemon. Because me and my brother were like, we're gonna get Pokemon, and we're gonna play Pokemon. And it was like, okay, brother, your Game Boy Color, my Pokemon Red. Only he can play it.
Well, I mean, you don't have a Game Boy, so
Exactly! But we didn't know
I have
this!
a Game Boy Color.
This was a long time ago, Cameron.
Mail it to you if that's okay.
This is a long time ago, Cameron.
This was a long time ago. This is the
This
thing.
is when they were baboos, Cameron.
This is a thing of when I was younger. We were
No one's mom and dad are walking out getting them Pokemon Red anymore.
when I
What are you
was
talking about? That happened to me yesterday.
when I was younger, me and my brother were like, we're gonna get Pokemon and we're gonna play Pokemon. But it was a thing of we didn't know, since it was our first Pokemon game, we didn't know that you can only have one game file. So it was a matter of my brother was like, well, I'll play it and then you'll play it. But then you can only have one file. And my brother didn't want to lose his file. So eventually I just kind of watched him play Pokemon Red, and that's how I was able to experience it. I was able to sit next to him and watch him play Pokemon. And then when Gold and Silver came out and Game Boys were a little bit more affordable, I finally got my pink Game Boy, which I still have back in Jersey, and it works and everything, and I love it. But that was when... Huh?
Why didn't you bring your pink Game Boy with you?
Because why am I going to bring a pink Game Boy?
Well, I mean, it's enough to where you brought it up. You obviously remember
because it was my first console. That was my first thing. So it was like...
Why'd you leave it behind then? It misses you.
No, it's fine. But but the thing is though, when I got
it's fine.
When
Squeaky, there's a pink Game Boy in my house. It's crying.
My dad gave me a Sega Genesis.
But yeah, my first Game Boy was the pink one, and then it was Silver. So Silver was, in truth, my first Pokemon game, and then a bunch of trading and game stuff, and eventually I got Crystal, and Crystal was great because you can play as a girl. And that's my story. And that's my story because I was interrupted a little earlier. But
when it felt like one thing that I was really kind of one game that I've actually, because I guess I kind of lied, because one thing that I have been disappointed with as far as Pokemon was considered lately was I was actually disappointed with Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, because like when Heart Gold and Soul Silver came out, it seemed like they tried their hardest to like mix Crystal in there. You know, they kind of mixed some of the Suicune events and stuff like that in there, and it's like it was kind of like Crystal infused. You know what I mean? And then when Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire came out, it's like
the Omega chapter, so you can't.
All the complaints I had about the original Ruby and Sapphire just came back flooding, and it's like I don't care anymore. I still to this day have not finished that game. It's the only Pokemon game I haven't finished.
I've only got Y, and
it's the only Pokemon game I have not finished.
I haven't done the Delta chapter.
I haven't even beat the Elite Four. I haven't even got past Mauville City.
If people are just looking at something right now, and I'm sorry for interrupting you, Deco, it's because I'm looking for a pattern for her damn skirt. Keep going, Deco.
That's fine. I'm perfectly fine with the art continuing. It's coming out pretty well, but it's just,
I really like your art.
It's just like I got to Mauville City and I'm like I'm done. Again, it might just be because, especially nowadays, it's hard for me to look at 3DSs for too long because my eyes have been going steadily worse, or my eye has been getting steadily worse and worse.
Yeah.
And like, I pushed my way through Sun and Moon because Tristan kept telling me to.
Uh-huh.
It's like, you have to finish. I was like, eh. But like, I have Alpha Sapphire, I think, and I'm like, I just give me the Emerald game. Give me the game that actually makes me go, oh god, bad things are gonna happen. Because I still considered like Ruby and Sapphire, the original Ruby and Sapphire, are still probably my least favorite Pokemon games of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And again, Tristan wants to kill me for saying that, but
Yeah.
I just
Anyway.
didn't like them. Emerald was so much better.
Anyway, do you want to hear my Game Boy story?
What's your Game Boy story, Cameron?
Okay.
I will say
I
though,
was
if you have the point where like you start off really high and then get like to a point where I cannot hear you without like straining myself to like beyond bleeding with my eardrums, then I'm probably gonna interrupt you at some point.
Okay.
I'm just letting you
Okay.
know ahead of time.
Okay, how's this? I've got myself straight up to the mic.
All right, we'll see what goes on, man. Tell us your story.
Okay, when I was going to France in 2005, I was What?
You trailed off again.
It's not the proximity with your mic, man.
It's just whatever is going on your side. It's
All
just
right, Cameron, we're fixing this now. We're fixing this right the fuck now. All right, so on Discord, go down to where you can see like below the chats, like below where it says like art stream chat and stuff like that, where it says like voice connected and stuff.
Hang on. Recording. Oh wait, it won't let me click.
Don't click recording. That's not a thing I'm talking about. Okay, we're see where it says like voice connected at the bottom of the screen.
No, I don't see that. All I just see is user settings.
Go to user settings. It's a voice connected was above that, but go to user settings. Okay, now go to
Actually,
voice.
voice.
Go to voice.
Yes. Input mode, auto sensitivity, volume, echo cancellation, voice suppression.
Okay, stop talking. All right. So on input mode, does it have clicked on voice activity?
Yes.
All right. Below that, in input sensitivity, does it where it says automatically determine input sensitivity? Is that thing blue or gray?
It's currently blue.
Take that shit off. Make it gray.
Okay. Can you still hear me?
We can still hear you. All right. You see the little bar where it has like the yellow and green?
Yeah.
All right. You see the little like white part on it?
Yes.
Bring that to the left until it gets to about -70.
Okay. Can you still hear me?
I can still hear you. Go down to at this point you should be good. Click the little escape button.
Yeah.
And now tell us your Game Boy story.
Technical difficulties live. We should probably have some hold music sung. Do 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 do. Sorry.
It's fine.
Anyway,
I'm just glad that we're finally that. All right. Now, before we start on your Game Boy story, go back into user settings and make sure that it's saved. Go back onto voice and make sure that all that stuff you changed is saved.
yeah, it is saved.
Then okay, we're good. Tell us your Game Boy story.
Okay, when I was 7 in 2005, I was going to Paris, the main city, and my parents got me a Game Boy with.
It's so does it.
I don't know what is wrong with your microphone.
I'm recording this.
But it has defied all logic. It is literally like I want to study your microphone.
I'm recording.
I want to do a clinical study on its effects on my psyche.
I'm recording this on an iPhone 6. I don't have a fancy mic.
I think that's the problem.
Microphone, man, or anything like that. It's just so hilarious that like this is happening.
I think that's the problem, though. He's just said he's recording it on an iPhone 6. It's probably the problem. You have an iPhone.
Hold on, let me see. I got an idea. Hold on.
Oh, darn it, I missed. Oh, no, I can fix this.
Yo, boys, what's up?
Yo.
So I'm on my phone now.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's also you're also pretty hard to hear, Deco.
Pretty hard to hear. All right, I'm gonna look at this and let's go to my voice settings. To turn off automatically determine sensitivity. Because I'm gonna fix this. This is gonna get fixed. So me talking like this, how hard is it to hear me?
It's a
I
little
can
bit
hear you
hard.
just clearly.
I'd
I
have
can
to
hear you
turn.
just fine.
If I really wanted to hear you, I'd have to turn you up if I really wanted to hear you.
But whenever I'm talking, am I like going out? Like am I going out from the voice like he was doing?
A little bit.
Then it is the phone. Then
It-
that is the big problem there.
Do I really need to get up really close to the mic and just go?
No, it's not. It's not the microphone. It's the phone itself and how it deals with voice, with picking up your voice and what it does in terms of how long it picks it up for. It's a phone. It can only. It does it.
Unfortunately, it's like apparently phone Discord just has problems.
Yeah, it's an issue with phone Discord and just how phone microphones work. When it comes to a phone microphone, it also considers the person on the other hand. They don't want to hear you blaring the whole time, so it automatically adjusts your voice. Whenever the phone feels like, whoa, you're too loud, it automatically lowers you, whether you're being loud or not. It just depends on what the microphone thinks.
It's unfortunate.
Mm,
But it's just
Okay,
like,
I'm gonna try and see.
the big thing like that I can tell you, Cameron, is like after this stream, like go back and listen to the point where like I told you to say your story and like hear yourself go out and you will get to understand my pain.
Yeah, I think I already do because
Again, we're not trying to make fun of you or anything. It's just your phone is whack. My phone is whack. All phones are whack with phone Discord.
yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm downloading Discord to my main computer, so maybe I might not have. You might not have to deal with the audio problems.
I'm surprised
Hey,
you
man,
haven't done that already.
Anything you can do will automatically make me be like, good job, dude. I love you at this point. Because like I really do want to hear your stories, but if we have you talk about your stories for anything longer than like 10 seconds, I'll either start laughing or no one's gonna hear anything. I'm either gonna start just bawling out laughing and like being uncontrollable with it, or no one's gonna hear anything, and that's those are the two extremes, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. I'm getting it from I'm transferring.
Yep.
We'll see what goes. We'll see how it goes. But while that's happening, Spider-Man looked pretty good.
You mean Spider-Man Arkham Knight or whatever, or Arkham Asylum Spider-Man?
Arkham Asylum Spider-Man looked pretty good.
Honestly, I like how Pro Jared kind of has been ripping all the conferences a new one.
Oh,
But yeah,
I think I watched his it was either his Ubisoft or his Bethesda one I watched. I haven't seen all of them yet because I usually wait until after E3 to watch all of Pro Jared stuff.
He ripped the Sony E3 a new one. He just said, he was just like, honestly, it was not that good, and I also find it hilarious because considering how Red like came in at our
He's like,
during
Sony
won Shadow of the Colossus, Sony won. And
I love how can I just be happy with one more thing?
Sure.
Our Red voice is always edgy.
Oh,
Our Red voice is always edgy. My name is Red. Anyway, continue. I'm sorry.
No, but that's it. Like he saw it from what
Sony hardly did shit. Like I can barely remember anything good that I'm excited for. Again, other than like The conference was boring because it was just like it was a show, and yeah, I liked the build up they had for some of the things they were doing. It's like, yeah, the music's really good and everything's hype and no one's talking and it's just trailers, and it's like, okay.
It was just funny considering it's just like all out of everything.
Okay, can you hear me?
All right. Before this, Cameron, I need you to say something for at least 10 seconds. Go.
Okay, I am the guy who will save the world. Yes, me.
You're
I'm
5
me.
million times better than you were before. Thank you very much. Now, Squeak, what were you finishing?
I was just saying it's just like I reiterated a little bit ago where was like I take anything Red is hyped about with a grain of salt because honestly, yes, Shadow of the Colossus looked pretty, but I didn't fucking care.
I've already played Shadow of the Colossus. Why would I give a fuck?
Exactly.
So, Cameron, your Game Boy story.
What's
So,
that
yeah.
story you got?
Game Boy. When I was going to Paris in 2005, when I was 7, my parents got me a Game Boy. Well, it was my mom and my grandma, so they got me a Game Boy. And actually, it was color. And guess what game they got me?
What they got you?
Harry
Shadow of the
Potter.
Colossus.
Harry.
Whoa! They got you the Harry Potter game for color,
Yeah,
dude. Those were so good.
I thought.
Dude, the Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone and the Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets for the Game Boy Color were two of the greatest Game Boy Color games ever that were not called Pokemon.
Well,
I fucking loved those games.
I actually
Someone is
love the
hype about
Harry
that.
Potter Chamber of Secrets PC game.
The PC game sucked balls. The Game Boy Color games were so good.
What? I've zoned out. What happened?
The Harry Potter games for Game Boy
Oh.
Color were so
We
good.
just
I'll
They
take
were
your
like
word
Harry
on that.
Potter RPGs, and they kicked so much ass.
Yeah,
I'll take-
but at the time I didn't understand RPGs, and so I thought, oh, I hated it. Why didn't you get me a game that I would like? And
Dude,
so I
I
that's
have actually thought of doing just playing through all of the Harry Potter games, but every time I think about playing through every Harry Potter game, I realize I'm gonna stop after the first two because I'm not gonna play any other Harry Potter game.
You haven't seen the DS Goblet of Fire game. It's basically
Not playing it. Only playing the first two. Every other
Yeah.
game is shit.
they're still making Harry Potter games?
no.
No, Squeaky. The two Harry Potter games they brought out for Game Boy Color were RPG, and they were so good. And you could collect fucking the chocolate frog cards,
Mhm.
and it was
I remember
so
those.
fun. They were so fucking fun, and you can transfer your save files and all kinds of cool stuff.
Huh.
And they were so good. I don't know why they didn't continue making them like that, because they would have made like at least $10 per game just from me. I'm just I'm playing.
It'd be 30
So
bucks, you know.
so then years later to 2012, my dad who went around to this garage sale and picked up this box full of stuff, and in it was a Pokemon Red cartridge.
Huh.
And I obviously didn't have a Game Boy at the time, so my college had this thing which had sort of like a Game Boy cartridge holder thing in, and so I took it in to see if it would fit. It didn't, and I lost the Pokemon Red cartridge. And then last year when Dad went around to this guy's thing to pick up a bunch of movies and stuff, in it was Robot Wars for the Game Boy Color, and I explained to him, this is from an ancient Nintendo thing, and he said, oh, I also have an ancient Nintendo thing in the attic. And then he had what I can only explain as something that should belong in a museum, because he had an original Game & Watch.
Dude, that's awesome.
Wow.
He
No,
got
that's
some
really-
I actually had an original Game & Watch as well. My dad had one. He was my stepdad at the time, but he had an original Game & Watch, and he gave it to me for I was really young. I was like 7 or 8. This is whenever he first became my dad, and I never called him dad until I was a teenager. But
Well,
he gave me this Game & Watch, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever when he got it to me, because I didn't get presents a lot whenever I was a little kid. So he gave me this. It wasn't even my birthday, guys. But no, he gave this to me, and I played around with it. And I'm like, it took me about 10 minutes to realize this is complete and utter shit, and I hate it.
Yeah.
But for those first 10 minutes, it was like utopia.
Hmm.
It was complete bliss.
Anyway, continuing with the story. So I told him about the Game Boy Color that it came with, and so I asked him, "You must go on eBay and find one." And eventually he did, and I got one. And it also had a game. It was Pokemon Yellow, and I've played it, and it's actually really good. So
Well, there you
back
go,
then,
man.
so back
In a
then,
roundabout way, you lost your Pokemon Red, but you ended up gaining the Game & Watch, Harry
and
Potter,
Pokemon.
and the Yellow. Which is
I didn't.
just how
I sold
we
off Harry Potter.
Well, then I don't know why the Harry Potter was part of the conversation, but
Yeah, I didn't
It
understand.
was
Either
back
way,
then when I didn't
got
understand
your Pokemon Yellow.
gaming, and now I do, and I appreciate gaming as a whole.
you got
And,
your Pokemon Yellow, and you played it, and it was really good. And I agree because Pokemon Yellow is very, very good.
Oh, and speaking of rare stuff, I also have a Japanese 3DS to play Japanese games.
That's not rare.
Everybody in Japan has one of those. I'm pretty sure Tristan has one, doesn't he?
Fuck, I think he does. No, I don't think it's a Japanese 3DS, but
Oh no, he sent it to Japan at one point though.
yeah, he sent it to Japan so it can get modded so he can do like screen
So he gets a
capturing on
capture
it.
card he's never used.
I'm sorry, that was just beautiful. Like, I got something that's also rare, a Japanese 3DS that's not rare.
Everyone in Japan has one.
Dude, I mean, it's rarer than anything I have.
Yeah, but speaking
Oh,
of stuff
fuck.
that has
Probably
some
rarer than
high
anything I
collector's
have.
value, I also have a mini NES.
There
Okay.
you go, man.
There
Go
you go.
sell that for $1,000 on eBay.
Come on, I spent some because Amazon has it for like $140. Guess how much I spent? $130.
There you go, man.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I mean, when it comes to, I
Profit of
guess,
$10.
I get from, if you want to talk quote-unquote rare things, I mean, Jester does have the Majora's Mask 3DS that I helped him get.
Yeah, that
Cool.
was that was actually a very limited time thing.
Yeah, very, very limited. You can't get that shit anymore.
If you want to talk about rare things, I have me, and I'm the only me.
Technically, yes.
Yeah, technically we're all our own people. And
But I'm the rarest of them all.
I will actually
Are
ask
you a
you.
But I'm
shiny?
fairly certain there are plenty of people called Blue.
I will actually
I'm
ask.
very shiny.
I will actually ask you, Deco, considering that, like, we only have, like, 5 more minutes left in the stream because usually right after you go and do your stream, are you gonna do your stream right after this?
I'll do it whenever you want, whenever you decide to end. I have nothing to do tonight.
It's a thing of, like, since we're getting, like, so roped into conversations, I feel really bad cutting it off here, so I'm okay with going an extra hour if anyone else is up for it.
If you want to, that's fine. I'll probably leave for that time, just so I can kind of chill out before I do my stream. I don't have anything to do tonight, and I'm planning on finishing Persona 5 whenever I actually go and do it. So it really just depends on what you want to do. Don't even worry about it. You don't get to stream that often.
Yeah, because I'm probably not gonna stream tomorrow because I think Jester also has tomorrow off, so we might go out and do stuff. So that's also why I'm like,
you know what you could do? You guys could stream some great 3DS game footage with that paperweight that he has.
The paperweight. It's like I'm looking right at it.
With that $500 paperweight he has.
I'm looking right at it. This is funny that it's there. We also have a bunch of incomplete sound panels that those are going to be put into use too at some point.
Yeah.
I love him.
But yeah, if you want to go for another hour, go ahead. I don't care.
Yeah, I can go for another hour because I've also noticed that a couple people are also like joining in, so it's like I don't want to cut anybody off after having just joined in.
Yeah, we have like 8 people in the YouTube chat.
And again, if you do want to do that, I'm probably gonna head off so that I can chill out before my stream. So I'll probably be back later, maybe right before you end, but I'll talk to you guys later.
All right,
Okay,
Blue.
bye.
I am the most rare.
Are you a shiny?
Legendary disciple of Shiki. No, Levy, you're wrong. I'm the rarest. Okay, bye, guys.
Bye.
When you really think about it, even shinies themselves aren't that rare. Oh, excuse my yawn. It's so easy to get a
It's
shiny now.
It's all good.
It's all about selective breeding.
Yeah.
Breeding.
Oh, speaking of rare stuff, not rare stuff as in I collect stuff, but as in Pokemon. Did you see the Yokai Watch thing that I put up?
Nope. What yokai watch?
Just scroll up through the Discord and you'll see which.
Nah, that's
yokai.
effort.
Oh, that thing. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me just copy and paste it and put it in the thing so people can know what we're talking about. Because I can't share the Discord because it won't work. So oopsies. So this thing, this like weird cat fox witch thing.
Yeah.
What is it?
The majority are all cats. The cats are the new Pikachu, like. No. And there's like even a Sailor Moon cat.
I thought Chibanyan, I think that's what it's called, was essentially the Pikachu of Yokai Watch.
Yeah, and there have been many repaints as well as Komasan.
Ah.
Oh my swirls!
Is this what the kids are into nowadays?
This Yokamon.
It's funny because there are some people that were like a little bit worried that Yokai Watch might dethrone Pokemon, but I feel like less people care about Yokai Watch than ever now. Like,
yeah, right.
I think like Japan really likes Yokai Watch because Japan really likes things that are very Japanese, and it's understandable. But
I think,
the rest of the world doesn't. The rest of the world doesn't seem to get it.
What I understand, Yokai Watch is just a bunch of Japanese puns.
Yes,
and some of them are based off Japanese mythical legends, like the long-necked woman, the woman with mouths in her hair, or the kappa.
Yeah, a lot of them are based off the many demons in Japanese mythology and demonology, and then there's also some that are created from them. But honestly, Japan has so many demons. They have so many things to choose from, but it's also not so much a gotta catch 'em all thing, although it also kind of is, which is why people thought it might replace Pokemon. But it's essentially Japanese demonology, Japanese demon Pokemon. Like, with a different battle system, because I think like I played the demo. You can like it's more RPG Pokemon than Pokemon already was.
Yeah. And now they've changed up the battle system for the third one. Hang on, let me find an image of the battle system.
But unfortunately, it's like a thing of Yokai Watch. I remember when I went to the Nintendo Center in New York, because I used to live so close to New York, and I took Jester there, and there was Yokai Watch everywhere. Because Yokai Watch was like still just coming out in America, and everybody's like, Yokai Watch, and watch the anime, and watch and play the games, and go on the website, and it was like, we don't fucking care.
And also buy the toys.
But don't forget about all the toys, though.
But it was like, it was all over the first floor, and we looked at it, and we were like, we don't care, and we went upstairs to look at the Pokemon stuff. Because honestly, only little kids were like playing the Yokai Watch demos, and even then, they would look at it for a while, they would play it, and then they'd put it down and they'd go upstairs and play with the Pokemon plushies, because that's what was upstairs. It was all Legend of Zelda, merch, Mario, and Pokemon. And that's what most people actually came for.
That is why they put it on the first floor, so you'd have to look at it.
Yeah, so when you walk in, it's in your face, and then you choose whether you want to keep looking at it, which many people chose to not. Now, some people did say that Yokai Watch was pretty good in terms of how different it was. It's not just a Pokemon clone, it tries to do something different and be more story and character driven. It's just a matter of, we already have a large-scale, collect them all, fight them against one another monster title. We don't need another one. This is just very Japanese.
There's the battle system.
And that's why I feel like outside of Japan, Yokai Watch probably isn't going to do that well, because it doesn't relate to other cultures. With Pokemon, it's so many Pokemon are also based off of other mythos from other countries, like with X and Y and the Tree of Yggdrasil. Or
I really appreciate that one.
That one was really cool. Or like the one Sun and Moon, and the fact that it's more based on Hawaii and all that stuff. The fact that they're in different regions that are based off other areas of the world, because it's not just Japan. As much as Japan likes to think it's not just Japan. That's also why Pokemon has such a far reach. Yokai Watch is also being set in Japan, also kind of kills relatability with people outside of it, because I'm not in Japan. I don't understand what's going on here. I don't understand the Japanese customs, the Japanese norms, like a Japanese person would appreciate it. That's not saying someone outside of Japan can't appreciate Yokai Watch, but it makes it harder for other people to. Pokemon, it's its own world with its own customs, its own whatever. Anybody can jump into the world of Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Even when it was just Kanto and Johto, which were still heavily based in Japan, it was a thing of, but that's not Japan. It's just a Japan-based region. And then it kind of strayed a little bit away from Japan with Hoenn and Sinnoh, while still being a little bit Japanese, but being more modernized, and then it just kind of completely went to the US and France and Hawaii. That being said...
A big thing is with Pokemon is the things you are collecting are just animals.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's not this big story behind them, at least not one you have to know about. I'm still gonna say, if they make the next region Russia, I'm gonna call bullshit. So,
they stole that from us.
They stole that from us. I'm gonna say right now, we've never shown anything of it. I probably have shown it a couple times on the previous stream with like our little gym leaders, but honestly, if they make any region based off Russia, we did it first. We just never did anything with it.
In Soviet Russia, Pokemon battle you!
Kind of. We took
Oh my God.
we took the in Soviet Russia joke and we made it a Pokemon region.
Welcome to the continent of Sovia.
Oh no, we called it the Bosse because all the fucking gym leaders are fucking bosses. They're not called gym leaders, they're called bosses.
Like half of them were completely psychotic.
Yeah.
And they're not even gyms; they're just warehouses.
Well, it was not only that. It was a thing of, with our gym leaders, and Jake, please correct me if I'm wrong, because I think you're the only one aside from here that knows about it. You would come to their gym, but instead of like the usual Pokemon games where you would have a bunch of trainers to fight or test your mettle, there was some kind of puzzle or challenge you had to do. And even then, depending on how you did that challenge, how you passed it, the gym leader decides whether they want to battle you for the badge or they don't. So let's say you solved the puzzle or the challenge, but the way you solved it was very cheap. You kind of shortcutted through it, or you just outright fucking cheated. The gym leader will look at you and say, hey, you passed the challenge, but you did it wrong. Get out of my gym.
Get out of my house.
Get out of my fucking gym.
How often was the answer?
Like, I remember the grass gym leader having a forest of no return where people just literally got lost in it forever.
Yeah. So it's a thing of like these challenges in some way, shape, or form. I never could think of mine because she was a fairy gym, but you could die. You could die. This was a very hardcore region. With the Pokemon battles, if attacking the trainer meant some form of victory, it was totally allowed. Because it wasn't just the Pokemon's job to win the battle, it was also to protect their trainer. And another thing, it was, even though like other Pokemon games haven't done it, the way the Bosse region would work is that you can challenge any gym in any order. You have full free reign to go anywhere in the region. TMs and HMs probably wouldn't have been a thing. But depending on the order that you choose to go to, things can be easier or things can be harder. Like if you choose to go for the Fairy Gym before the Dragon Gym, you might have a hard time than if you went for the Dragon Gym and then the Fairy Gym. We made the joke that Deco's gym leader, who would have been Psychic, you don't fight him last.
Yeah, he was like really nice and helpful unless he was your last badge.
Yeah, so if you came to his gym and said, I'm here for your 8th badge, that's when he completely goes balls the walls psycho mode, because no one ever fights him for his 8th badge, because the last person who did died. Horribly.
It's a pretty good reason why not to go there.
This
And-
is how heavy weapons guy plays Pokemon.
And then there was a thing of with his psychic gym leader. His psychic gym leader. We're talking about your gym leader, Deco.
Yeah, you didn't tell me you were going to talk about Bosse whenever I
It
went to
just
lay
kind
down.
of.
Fuck you.
It just kind of happened.
It just happened. We were talking about Pokemon.
Anywho, we're talking about your gym leader.
I'm back, bitches.
We're talking-
I psychically freaking heard this.
We're like with Deco's gym leader. Almost all the psychic gym leaders in the Pokemon game have some sort of psychic ability. Deco's didn't. He wasn't a psychic, but because of the prowess of his Pokemon, he dethroned the previous psychic gym leader and turned her and brainwashed her and memory wiped her into nothing but a fucking doll that he uses as his maid.
You go take care of that, Cameron.
He wasn't psychic. He wasn't psychic. He was psycho.
A very good idea to learn that distinction.
So sorry, my grandma.
That's
It's all
fine.
good,
Just-
regardless.
It's fine, dude. Anyway,
Just yeah.
I
Anyway,
heard- I
speaking
was
of
So
I was
anyway,
listening
Deco
no,
story
carry on.
time. Deco story time.
No, what were you saying, Cameron?
I was looking on Twitter, and guess what? Guess what? Some beloved Disney film is now being turned into a show.
That is completely a different topic that we were not talking about. But
Yeah,
what
that's
is it?
Yeah, go on.
101 Dalmatians.
Shoot
It's now
me.
gonna be. It's now gonna be called 101 Dalmatian Street.
Nice. So,
What the
Anyway,
fuck
Pokemon
is it?
Russia.
Back in
Pokemon-
Russia.
but no, Squeaky, I was listening to the stream. I had the stream
you
like
gotta
on
be
my
kidding
desktop,
me.
and I went to lay down. I took my glasses off. I just laid down. All of a sudden, I hear talk about Bosse. I open my eyes and was like, "They're not talking about Bosse without me, are they?"
Oops. I'm sorry. It ended up kind of a thing because it's like I'm thinking if Pokemon's new generation, whenever that happens, chooses to go in Russia, I'm calling bullshit because we did it first, even though we didn't do shit with it. I'll be damned if they touch Russia.
I want a Pokemon game in Australia.
We can get Australia. You can go anywhere else.
Yeah.
Don't mess with the Bosse region, all right? The Bosse region messes with you.
In Soviet
like,
Russia,
Squeaky, you
Soviet
always say-
Russia punches you.
Hmm?
You always say, Squeaky, that your gym leader is like out of all of them. You always say like, mine's like really like underwhelming compared to all. No, I like your gym leader because I like the talks between all of our gym. I like how all of us have like someone we hang out with as far as like the gym leaders were concerned,
Mhm.
and I really do like out of all the gym leaders, yours seems like it's the least terrifying, but it's also the one that like we say for the Red's gym leader always stays away from you.
Yeah, so because it's a thing of he's a dragon gym leader and she has fairies and fairies defeat dragons. So he's like,
So,
I'm not.
he's always considering you like the biggest threat.
Yeah, but it's like when she really thinks about it, it's like honestly, I have an advantage over you, but that's why you're scared of me. Everybody else can probably beat me. But sure.
And then there's my guy who is like the entire time up until like the 6th or 7th gym is all like, I'm here to help people. I'm here to help trainers get better. And I'm like the tutorial guy. I have like a lot of like low level Pokemon for those. If you come at me for like 6 and 7, like your 6th or 7th gym, I'm like, all right, now I'm gonna take you a bit more seriously, and I'm gonna make sure that you're ready for things. And then you come at me for the 8th gym battle, and you don't win.
Yeah.
You
come
don't
at me for the
get
8th gym
now.
battle, and like it's just like I'm facing away. It's just like how many badges do you have? And you're like 8. All of a sudden, you just see unknowns start swirling around the arena, shrouding the entire arena in darkness. Me just looking over my shoulder with a smile.
Some of them being like 8th badge. Oh no.
I want the unknowns to kind of spell out you done fucked up.
Dude, the unknowns spell out everything.
The
It's
unknowns
just
will
so
spell.
crazy.
Yeah.
The big thing with my gym is just like my guy, like he tried going through the Bosse region to win, but he got completely destroyed by the Elite Four and the champion. So he came back to the psychic gym leader, beat the shit out of her, and like pretty much like
Dethroned her.
kind of psychologically tortured instead of using psychic powers. Kind of like psychologically just like melted her into like the only gym trainer's entire gym.
Yeah, but
She's
most
the only trainer in this gym, and she dresses like a maid all the time.
yeah, but it's a thing of we
Of
all had
fucking course.
but it was a thing of we all had a sort of test that you had to do. It was like prove your worth to fight us, and then it was like depending on how you did it, it's like, yeah, no, go away. Do this again, or okay, yeah, you did well, we'll fight you now. Just don't fucking lose.
I think like again, like the big thing with my gym is just like it's like come to my gym first.
Yeah.
Come here first. That's the big thing. I don't really have a lot of big things keeping you away from the gym. I'm trying to help you guys become better trainers. And I think Red had said at one point, like with his trainer, with his dragon trainer, if he ever like took someone's 7th badge, he would ask them where to go, which one they hadn't done yet. Or like if they came to him with 7 badges, it's like, no, go there first, then come here.
Yeah.
Go to the psychic guy first, then come back here. I'm like, nah, I'm already here. I'm gonna take you down.
All right,
And it's
your
like,
funeral.
okay, yeah, exactly.
Not
It's like,
here
okay, your
when you get
funeral.
there.
It's like, okay, your funeral. But yeah, and Kazuya's Red's main Pokemon was a fucking Drujigan. That's why his color scheme is horrible. 'Cause honestly, I hate this color scheme.
It looks good on Druddigon.
Yeah, but it's like he might be on the screen right now for the stream. He's the one with the freaking heart-shaped pompadour.
Yeah.
And he wanted Guts' armor and Drujigan's color scheme, and I was like, okay.
And a pompadour.
a
What's
heart-shaped pompadour at that.
It's just his thing, pompadours.
Yeah.
It's so he can use Heart Stamp.
And then there was Diko's gym leader, who's right next to him.
Huh?
It's funny though, because my gym leader started out like a doctor, but then we ended up taking him and making him a researcher instead. He's
Yeah.
just like an archaeologist or like a researcher, and that's why he's like, oh, look at all these unknown that I found. He
Yeah.
doesn't use the
So now
unknown.
I use them to assault.
The unknown just help him with his aesthetics.
Yeah, but it was
They
like
fly
when
around him and make things dark.
Yeah, but it was like when we chose to give him like this pose, it's a thing of like you're walking behind him, you're talking about all the things, and he's like, yeah, that's great, what brings you here? Yeah, I'm here for my 8th badge. And then he just turns around and looks at you like, huh. Huh. So that's when he kind of goes psychotic, like, what? Then Jake.
Here's the thing: if they can't beat me at my best, then they can't take on the Elite Four because I can't do it. So.
So then was Jake's gym leader, and she was actually a scientist, right, Jake?
Yes. You were.
Yeah, I was
weren't you
joking. Like,
scientists for, the evil team.
Yeah, if there was an evil team for this region, they were working with them.
But they were
And
also
basically a pothead.
Yeah, but they were also the poison gym leader.
It was not a good idea to go to that gym later on. I mean, it's not as bad as Deco's, but it's a thing of there's drugs there, lots of them.
It's like
later on too. You just kind of like at this point, like you just kind of step out of the way, and maybe like for like the 7th, 8th gyms or something like that, it's just like instead of your regular gym trainers, it's just literally the thugs from the bad team.
It was literally a thing though with like Jake's gym leader that she was constantly fucking high because she was constantly doing so much research work that it stressed her out. So being high helped her. And honestly, I'm not sure if we ever conversed with how her gym would be like, but I feel like her test was like, okay, so the whole fucking
She might
gym
have had some Bond villain traps in there.
Probably
There
some
might
Bond
have been some Cheetos.
probably some Bond villain traps, some occasional poison things. Be careful not to step on a fucking syringe, and the gym is hotboxed. Try not to get fucking high navigating this gym while you're at it, because it's smoke everywhere.
You just kind of you get through a couple trainers. You just kind of sit down, just like I'm. You know what? I can stay here.
You got the money.
Oh, hey, Cheetos.
Yeah, and if not,
Don't touch my Cheetos, I'll kill you.
Be careful of the occasional freaking LSD shooters. Don't let them get into your fucking eyes or in your mouth or some shit, because then you're gonna see.
Wasn't Red's like thing to get to him like complete Bowser Castle type of shit? Like he had I
feel like it would be, but honestly, because he's not here to say, I don't know. But honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if it was some Bowser's Castle
there was like
stuff.
A pool of lava or something like that in there somewhere.
Yeah, have fun getting through that. Mine, honestly, I never thought of what to give her in terms of the thing, because she was kind of like a school idol kind of thing. She would have been around schoolgirl age, and she would have been an idol, but I guess honestly, it would probably be just like rhythm games and shit like that. And depending on how well you did, it's like, yeah, you beat my high score. Fucking fight me or some shit. I don't even know because I never thought of one for her.
Fucking fight me or some shit.
Like-
play DDR.
Like, it'd be probably something music and dance related because she was an idol, and that's why I feel like she would probably be one of the easiest because
You have to dance doubles with your Pokemon.
yeah, probably even like a kind of contest kind of thing, but it wouldn't be life threatening because fairies are supposed to be magical and happy and glittery rainbows.
Oh, speaking of rainbows and glitter and girly stuff, last time we were talking about Pretty Cure.
Yeah, but that was yesterday. We don't bring back old conversations from yesterday.
That's
I
old
was
business.
gonna add
Let's
to
do
the
new
conversation
business.
from yesterday. Remember Glitter Force?
Yeah, that was
No.
crap. Next topic. I want to talk about Glitter
Well, guess
Force.
what?
Alright, no more
Double the
bringing back
next
stuff from
season
like
of
no more
Doki
bringing back
Doki.
stuff that's off topic, Cameron.
Cameron, that's old business. We
We're
must go
not
with
done,
new
we're not
business.
done with this. No bringing up something completely out of fucking nowhere.
It's a thing of I know about Glitter Force. It's horrible. It should not have existed. They should have just properly given Smile Pretty Cure a good adaptation because that's what pissed me off about Glitter Force is that it's a shitty adaptation of the only Pretty Cure that I actually cared enough to watch, and it's shit, and I don't want to talk about it.
That's great.
I'm sorry.
Fairy type Pokemon.
Fairy type Pokemon are glittery, happy, and rainbows, and that's why I feel like she would have been the easiest gym leader because I honestly can't think of anything that would fit her gym and her theme that would be life threatening unless it's like dance on fucking lava rocks. But like or fucking
I think it like would literally like depend because like didn't we say that yours would be the hardest to like come for like a mid tier like gym, like didn't we say like yours would be like the absolute hardest to go to for like 4th or 5th gym?
Probably
because like it was something like because like fairies at that point like get a really big power spike around those levels.
Yeah, probably. You wouldn't want to go to her gym at the point where fairies actually become viable Pokemon for use.
You would probably want to go to her gym last if you really had a thing to go through with like the Boss Eye region. Like if you really wanted to go through without like having too much trouble, go after her last.
Yeah. Well,
or
wait.
Actually, go either go after her last or go after. I'm not gonna say Jake's. I don't think Jake's was like the really terrifying one for the last one. I think yours and Red's were actually like go to them last because like they didn't have a lot of humongously terrifying things for their 8th gym battles.
At least nothing that you can't deal with at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I don't know too much about the fairies, unfortunately. All I know is that like they become pretty viable Pokemon to use at certain levels, but in the beginning they're kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, but obviously if you face her first, she's not using shit fairies. Like, she'll probably get you with fucking a Togepi and a Schnubble. But she'll also throw her Sylveon, because that's the thing of the staple Pokemon is always a Pokemon you're going to fight regardless of when you take them on.
I think we had said the most dangerous one to actually go for in like the really early levels, didn't we say was going to be the grass one because of the forest you had to go through?
Yeah.
Yeah, because no matter what, that was still a convoluted forest to get lost
Yeah,
in.
it wasn't even a thing of her battle would be hard. It was her challenge her is hard.
Threatening.
There were trainers in there, but there was also Pokemon in there and you could get lost.
Yeah.
And...
Unless like early on would not be a good idea because early on you probably wouldn't have a Pokemon that would help you navigate that, whether it's through sense or through vision or through things like that. You don't want to go to her first because you will fucking die in that forest if you don't have a good enough Pokemon to help you. Because you can use your Pokemon to help you.
And I would never want to go to Tristan's gym. Look at him.
Which Tristan are we talking about?
Look at him right
I
there.
don't know, or the
Jester.
Tristan from Yu-Gi-Oh?
Just look. He's right there on the page.
He never.
The grass gym leader.
He never. It's funny because he never got a design, considering that this whole thing was his
Look
idea.
At how terrifying he is.
Considering that this whole thing. No. Where is it actually? Considering that this whole thing was his goddamn idea.
He never gave any thought as to what his freaking leader would look like.
Like, hold on. Because, like, people see. I remember like I crudely doodled some shit, and I'm trying to like.
My doodle's over his doodle.
Yeah, for some damn reason. Yeah, I remember when it was like we can't design anything, but we're gonna fucking give him a damn thing, and it was like he's got a Ditto, a Beldum, a Pidgeot, and a Dewott, and a Pikachu. Because he couldn't decide what he wanted to look like. He couldn't decide what type of Pokemon he would run. So it was like you run all of them.
What's up with the penis?
That's not a penis.
That's a thermometer.
and he had a great penis.
Not as good as the fleas. I mean,
that
that's not really relevant.
Is that his defining trait?
Maybe.
Possibly.
you don't
No,
want to go
that
to
would be
his
the
gym
Pikachu
for
humping
anything
him.
ever. Apparently, his gym is a fucking brothel.
But yeah, it was a thing of like it's funny because he was the one that thought was like, hey man, if you were a gym leader, what would you run and what would we do? And then we expanded on the idea, but then he never got his own gym leader.
Did he eventually say he was a steel gym leader?
Yeah, I think he eventually said he was a steel gym leader because he wanted to run Metagross. But it was a thing of when it came to a design, he just couldn't think of one. And
That's all we got to think of one now. We got to think of one like for like one of the other streams. Whenever you had to make him.
Yeah.
We gotta finish these 8 gym leaders at some point.
Honestly, because of how like Tristan talks and how and the characters that he seems to be really good at playing, and the fact that he also really likes Steven Stone, or that's his name, Steven. I'm thinking
Steven Stone Skitty. Try saying that 3 times fast.
Steven Stone Skitty, Steven
Anyway,
Stone Skitty,
continue.
Steven Stone Skitty.
Oh shit! Got you.
Anywho,
Did Steven Stone
I
even have a
was
skitty?
I was saying because Jester, the way he talks, the characters he's very good at playing, and Steven Stone. His design, if anything, I would try not to make it too similar to Steven Stone, but would be a very refined, young, gentlemanly looking character that is very hardened like steel.
Putin.
We could just make him into Henson.
Because of that, this pose that I had originally drawn for it probably wouldn't work. But who knows? Maybe next stream, if I even choose to hold one tomorrow, I don't even know. Yeah, I can probably draw a design for him because honestly, they are a thing. And I never drew Nightshade's gym leader. Nightshade's gym leader was a ghost type one that we never even got into things because he just kind of jumped in on it. It was like, oh, okay, I'd have a ghost gym leader, and then that happened, but we never really talked to him about it because he was never part of the initial conversation. Anyhow.
Now, quick question.
I just again, just looking at the pictures with them all together like this, like I just absolutely love just how everybody's facing like forward except me. Just like I'm facing away.
It's a thing. It's a
I'm
thing
just
of.
staying quiet because I don't know what to say.
It's a thing of even though it's they're chibified, it's kind of like how their official portraits would be if I was able to draw in Sugimori art style, which I don't really care to study his art style because I don't like copying people's art style. I can probably keep coloring this, but I am having a lot of fun talking about the gym leaders to a point that I do kind of want to draw one, but there's only like 20 minutes left to the additional hour, so it's like I feel like I'd have to rush
be a
it.
stream into itself, honestly.
Yeah.
Coming up with that design for the steel and maybe the ghosts at that point.
Yeah.
Oh, are we talking about Kamen Rider Ghost again?
We are not.
No, we are not.
At all.
You know, because I know there were some ghost memes. Hang on.
Post that in the memes and things.
Yeah, dude. Like you're getting to a point where you're interrupting with some very crazy stuff a lot. This is
Okay, I'll let you talk.
well. It's not that you can't let us talk. It's just you're being kind of crazy with your stuff at this point.
Yeah, well, aren't we all crazy? Crazy
Yes,
is the norm of
but-
our lives.
It is crazy.
Either way, let's try not to bring everything away from the topic immediately every time.
Yeah,
At this point.
I know it could be hard for, I guess, the audience in mind to, I guess, engage themselves in this conversation because it's not something that they were a part of. It's totally understandable. That being said, we could draw away from the whole fan boss A region silliness. It's just, it was an idea that we had so much fun with. We had designed characters for it. We had some sort of little like background story of how they would work, how the region would work, and because of that, it's a little part of us likes Russia because of that, but not. That's the only thing that
I do like just to again, because if you do want to bring the conversation away from it, just the last thing I do want to say though, Dragon in the comments saying Deco's character at the 8th badge reminds me of Sans.
I mean, yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing of I can see Deco's gym leader, and it's funny because we never really even gave them any names except for the grass leader who's called Korra. None of us have ever given the other gym leaders names, but it's a thing of he would be a very lighthearted, almost kind of joke character that it's like, oh man, I love this character, but it's like you get on the bad side of him, you're gonna regret it. So yeah, I could say he is kind of like Sans in that aspect. That this is a character that I can see if this was a game, let's just say, if players could really get attached to, really like, and also the fact that the whole 8th badge would almost reach meme levels of like, holy shit. But that's just me.
You come to him for his 8th badge, you're gonna have a bad time.
Or a good time, depending on how your kinks
remember
work.
the actual like things we had set up for it, but like we had talked about like ending teams and stuff for badges, and I can't remember mine, but I do know that you always, like, for almost all of yours, you did have like either a Gardevoir or a not a Gardevoir, didn't you have like you had one that was pretty much in all of yours, didn't you, Squeaky?
I think it was Sylveon.
Was it Sylveon?
Well,
I didn't want to say Sylveon because I know that your stuff is based on it, but I know you have one Pokemon that was basically in your team at all times.
Her staple
except for like the first like badge or two because you couldn't put a Sylveon there.
Yeah, I think her her staple Pokemon was Sylveon. It was her favorite Pokemon.
That was it though, Squeaky. Like that's why they shouldn't come at you for like the 3rd or 4th badge, because that's when you threw in the Sylveon.
Yeah.
Because you went straight from like these low-level fairies to an evolved Eevee immediately.
Yeah, so it was a thing of like 1st and 2nd gym, she'll probably get you with the Cleffa, the Igglybuff, maybe even a Jigglypuff, a Ralts, a Marill. Like she'll come at you with like the ones that are like, oh okay, yeah, they're fairy, but they also have another type that I can exploit the weakness of. Because let's say, again, Marill or Ralts or even maybe, I guess, Cleffa, or maybe even Cottony. It's a thing of, fire Pokemon, thunder, electric Pokemon. But once she starts bringing...
3rd badge, when all of a sudden you amp things up because you skip Eevee altogether, you're like, bam, fully evolved evolution Sylveon with fucking like all these moves and shit, and it's like, whoa, that's why I tried to remember, and like, yeah, that's why we shouldn't have had you like 3rd or 4th, because that's the first time you bring out the Sylveon.
Yeah,
and like the Sylveon's really strong for that level.
Yeah, and then like as you go to like her 7th and 8th batch, that's when she has the Florges, the Togekiss, the Gardevoir, and
but
that's
at that
when
point you know how to fight them. At that point you either have a dragon. Or I'm not a dragon. At that point, you either have a poison type or you have a good steel type.
So when it came to like your 4th, 5th, or 6th badge, you didn't want to go to her because you were probably going to have a bit of a hard time with the fairies, unless you had a good Pokemon against them. Whether you had a fighting or what's fairy weak against? They're weak against ice, steel,
poison.
Poison.
I think that's it.
I think that's
Steel
it.
and poison are the only two.
Steel and poison. Yeah, because fairies kind of almost trump everything else.
Now may I ask my question?
Yes?
What the hell does any of this have to do with Russia?
Because, man, like, Russia at that, like, we made it to where everything was covered in, like, cold temperatures and, like, really hard to get around things. All of the towns were spaced so far apart as well. It was basically just like making it into be like this big kind of like it's not even just the gyms that are against you; it's also the environment that's against you.
Yeah.
So is a majority of the Pokemon you would encounter ice type?
There'd be definitely a high ice and rock type population.
Which would make
There'd
some
be
gym
definitely
leaders
a
over
pretty
others
high
harder.
Ice and rock type population.
Mm-hmm.
But it would also be like, you know, by that point, like, you know, it's a Pokemon game, so of course there'd be like places for other Pokemon to go. Again, like the forest of the grass gym leaders, things like that. But the big reason it was Russia is because of mostly the memes of in Russia we do this. You know, it's like it's mostly just the meme of
The
like,
meme of that everything is harder in Russia. Yeah.
We even had it to where the reason my character couldn't beat the champion is because we had a duo champion. We had a set of twins as a champion.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, because it was two trainers, they could actually use Mega Evolution twice.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was interesting.
It was gonna be just a very hardcore, harder region. And it was like, okay, well, where could we justify putting it in? Russia. Okay, fine, Russia.
It was like immediate too. Like it was just like someone said Russia and they were like, yes.
Yeah.
Because we're all psychotic like that.
Where can we throw an ultra hard region and it's like people have been like, yeah, I can see that. Russia. Okay, Russia. It's Russia now. Because it's like we couldn't
harsh frozen wasteland with awful winters.
Yeah, we couldn't justify throwing it in like a place like Australia or Africa or China or anything like that. It was just like, what's a place that's even almost stereotyped for being hard and not easy, and you really want to be careful when you go there.
In like winter.
Yeah.
The game would of course take place in like either like early spring or like late fall or winter. Like it would take place in the colder months.
I mean it's a thing of Russia does have its summers and stuff though, doesn't it? It also does have it. So it's not like you would only find like ice Pokemon and stuff like that. But there are some areas of the regions that are colder than others, but like for example the fairy gym leader, because she knows that ice is one of her weaknesses, her gym is not located in one of those icy places because that just makes things easier for you.
I don't think that ice is a weakness to fairy, is it?
Is it? No. Okay, what am I thinking of?
There's no relationship.
Yeah, the only person here that's weak to ice is actually the dragon gym leader.
Okay then redact
God, he's just gonna have a bad time the entire time.
Well no, redact what I said then, because in that case with Red's gym leader, he wouldn't put his gym in any place where possible opponents can just catch an ice Pokemon and beat him with it.
That's why he said he had the lava and stuff around.
That's why he had the lava, so that ice Pokemon also had a disadvantage, so that you can't exploit that disadvantage.
The big thing with him as well, the reason why we all said like the best time to attack, like the worst time to go after him would be like the first like gym or so, is because think about it. Dragon type Pokemon is your first fucking gym. Even if you caught an ice Pokemon around this thing.
Yeah.
Even if you caught an ice Pokemon like around his gym and like went to fight him, no level 5 ice Pokemon's gonna stand up to like a fucking like any sort of dragon at that level, because they're just gonna have dragon type stats at that point. Like dragons would be the hardest thing to go up against first, I would think.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to go up against him first either.
Yeah, and you're not going to catch a dragon type that early.
At least not a good one.
Potentially have an ice type, but not a dragon type.
Yeah.
Dragon of Eternity in the chat just made a good point. At low levels, Dragon Rage, the attack,
exactly
one shot you.
Exactly, Dragon. I completely agree with you there.
Entirely.
You know, with the amount of times you say Dragonite, it's almost the amount of times in the original DBZ's on, you know, Dragon, run the Dragon Ball Z. Anyway.
But again, at the very end of it, at the very end of everything, like an 8th gym battle, or even like 7th or 8th or 6th, like the Dragon Gym is going down. Like by that point, you would have gotten either a dragon or some good ice Pokemon, or
maybe even a fairy or two,
or even a fairy. Like you would have enough things to go at him at that point. Like he would probably be, honestly, and I hate bringing this up against Red. Oh wait, no, I don't, because I hate him. He'd be the easiest thing ever to defeat.
Red, if you're watching this, you suck.
There you go. I like this one.
It's a thing of it's a little bit easy to shit on Red because Red kind of goes for the, I guess, cliche most powerful thing, but it's like, no, it's not. Like when it came immediately to gym leader, he was like the one that immediately be like, I would be a dragon gym leader, and it's like, is it because dragons are quote unquote the most powerful type when they're fucking not?
No.
So it's like, love Red, so easy to shit on everything he does, because he kind of jumps at things, so it almost feels like sometimes there's not much thought. And again, that can be contributed to excitement, and I don't blame him, but it's like, it's just funny.
I'm doing that song. Sorry. The edgy voice.
Yeah.
Oh, Red, you're here.
Hi, Red.
Hello, my name is
Hey,
Red.
I already know he's watching the stream. I don't give a shit.
You didn't hear the part where I said you sucked, right?
No, of course not. I don't listen to things. I don't
Good.
pay attention to anything.
Hello, my name is Green.
No, that's
Okay.
Jester. You're
His name is Tristan.
Yeah, but he's
No,
Jester Green.
literally, what?
I was gonna say, we already have a Green. His name is Jester.
I know. I was just telling we're actually talking about an actual person, not just the color.
Ah,
Because my surname is Green.
you know it
Good
does.
job, man. Great.
So, what color does that make me if we already have a green?
Black. But
I am black, like my soul. I feel no emotion whatsoever. Sigh.
there you go, man. That's perfect for you. But yeah,
Mm.
it just comes down to the Boss A region is best region, and no one can say otherwise because it's not even a thing yet. The
Yeah.
reason it's not a thing is because you would never win. It's not a good game. You'd never win.
There's a way you can make sure Nintendo Game Freak never makes it without you.
Oh yeah.
If you send Game Freak a detailed packet of all the information that you have come up with, then legally they can't use it because then you could sue them on grounds that they used your ideas.
Yeah.
I mean, I
So
don't
I'm
think.
the same Game Freak ideas for every remaining region of Pokemon ever.
I was gonna say, it was like, well, if we if they ever do set a region in Russia, I don't think it's gonna be entirely like our idea. That'd be freaking nuts.
No, it's gonna be exactly like our idea. That's how it happens.
Seeing how your idea's kind of shit.
People listen in on all my shit, and they take
How
all my
dare.
ideas.
No, I can understand some people thinking the idea is shit, because it could be. All my
Well,
ideas
the
are
real
shit.
question is, what is the Team Rocket of your region?
Lol, do we
They're
have
dead,
one?
That's what I'm kidding.
Well, actually no. Didn't we, when we conversed about it, we were like, we don't even have an enemy team because fuck them.
We actually had it to where, because again, Jake's was supposed to be from the enemy team. We had it to where the enemy team was already defeated.
Yeah, they were already
Tried to
defeated.
be
I just
enemy
kept
team
doing shit with the
fucking
remaining
defeated.
goons. It's like, you know your team's defeated. Yeah, that's not why I signed up. I don't give
It
a
was
shit about
literally
making
like
world drugs.
they tried to be an evil team in our region.
Why not the Russian Bratva?
Because it's just they tried, man. They tried so hard, and then it's just like they
You don't even know what
realized
the
far too
Bratva
late-
is.
No,
they realized far too late that we're
I'll
too
admit to you,
hardcore
I
for
don't
them.
know. I'll admit to you, I don't know what the fuck they are.
That is the Russian mafia.
I don't
Oh,
either.
okay.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Well,
I have.
Hmm?
Sorry.
no, talk first. I'm sorry, because I didn't even know where I was gonna go with it.
Well, I have a thought. If you are lacking a villain team or they're already disbanded, maybe they're disbanded because there's a gym civil war going on and all of your bosses are just have thrown the country into
the big
turmoil
thing
over a
that we-
turf war.
The big thing that we actually never figured out, because we did at some point bring this up, and I think we just never thought about it afterwards because we were still trying to make all the other gym leaders. But we wanted the 8th gym leader. We wanted the last gym leader to because all of our gym leaders apparently hung out all the time.
Yeah, that's the thing.
But
It's
we
like,
wanted that last 8th gym leader to not.
it's a thing of when it came to the gym leaders, they all got along, and there wasn't really a turf war. It was a thing of, if you're gonna come here and cause havoc, we're not gonna let you, because we weren't just the gym leaders. We were also, I guess, I wouldn't say generals, because that'd say like an army. It'd be an army kind of thing. But it was a thing of, it wasn't just our duty to be gym leaders and hand out badges and have challenges. It was also our job to protect the region. So if anyone came and fucked with it, it was our job to make sure that wasn't a thing.
Which is why I remember us talking about this, but again, I think we held it off until we made all the other gym leaders.
Yeah.
I think we were talking about having like the 8th gym leader be like the big bad, like not the 8th gym leader like in turn, but like the last remaining gym leader.
Yeah.
Like he was gonna be like the big bad or whatever.
It was a thing of, we never really got to it, but if we couldn't think of one, that was the reason why.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just, again, silly, fun conversations that we enjoyed having. And yeah, one can say that it is a stupid idea to have a really hard region where you could die, where your Pokemon could die, where the gym leader can say, turn around and do it again. Like, it's a region that
you didn't go through the lava fast enough. Go back and do it again.
It would be a region that would be really frustrating, would slap you in the face, and as a player, probably wouldn't be fun.
But it's fun to think about.
But it was fun to think about.
But this is my fanfic.
Exactly. This is our fanfic, and it's fun to talk about it. Making characters for things like this is just actually really fun.
Yeah.
We had like started thinking about different like things that they were gonna have. Like at one point we were talking about like the SSN like coming up to like have this like big gym leader meet up with like all the gym leaders and stuff, and how my character is like picked on by like all the other psychic gym leaders for not being a psychic.
Yeah.
And like how he was gonna go onto the boat and be like, I'm gonna show him this time, but then like Red takes away his Pokemon before he got on, so he can't defend himself. And stuff like that. It's really fun thinking of scenarios and stuff like that.
Yeah.
At least it's just a fun thing.
It also made it fun to talk about because we don't have the resources to actually turn this into a game, and we also kind of don't care to.
Yeah.
So it's just
never gonna happen.
It's never gonna happen. And if they do a thing in Russia, I'll be like, oh man, damn it! But I'm not gonna get all butthurt about it.
In Russia, then I'm gonna make a psychic trainer, and I'm gonna take over the Russia.
It's kind of like the people that have actually legitimately made their own fan game Pokemon games. That's their stupid fan fiction. So it's like whatever. I don't care.
What if I steal your idea?
I mean, I'm gonna be.
Steal the idea, man. As long as you understand that I will somehow figure out where you live.
I will say, if you do steal the idea, it will make me sad.
No, you don't want to make her sad, do you?
How dare!
I mean, you won't be able to prove that was me that stole it.
But you'll still make her sad.
I do have a recorded stream.
I'm saying it's a possibility. What if someone else is watching the
because
stream
you said
and
this
stole
on
the
a
idea?
recorded stream, we can
Like
blame
my
you for
parents.
it, even when it's not your fault.
Hi,
It's like
either way, we're not the law, so it's not innocent until proven guilty with us. I will find you.
I love how it's like.
I was gonna say, what
And
about in
as soon as I find you as
007
well,
on the
like
stream?
as soon as I find you at that
steal
point,
it.
I'm just gonna give you a smile, and I'm gonna be like, 8th badge.
I'm sorry. I just kind of loved how it was like, what if I stole your idea? And it's just like, I'll be sad, but you can't prove that I stole your idea. I have a recorded stream. I have a recorded stream in which you.
That doesn't stop you from being sad either, though. It's just like, I'll be sad, and it's like, but you can't prove it. I'll still fucking be sad.
I'll be sad though.
Hi, my name is Bark Piolis, and this is Pokemon Soviet version.
Soviet.
Like, hello, my name is Insert here, and welcome to Pokeass.
Honestly, I think.
Oh my god, you're doing a jackass thing.
Honestly,
so Squeaky, how long will the rest of the stream go?
Let's see, because I started at like 10 afternoon, so I think we've got another 10 minutes.
Okay. I just wanted to let you know that it's getting a little bit time. I'm gonna go and get ready for mine.
Yeah. If you're just gonna start in 3 minutes, then I can just wrap it up like right now.
You don't have to wrap it up too quick. Don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I'm gonna head out and get ready for my stream, guys. I'll talk to you guys later. And don't
Okay, I may
steal
catch
the boss
it.
that region. We will freaking come for you. Anyway, later, guys.
Bring it.
Peace. Later.
Again.
Yep.
I am a little sorry that we did go into a very long spiel about our stupid little fanfic region, but it's like we've all had those conversations about like worlds and stuff that it's like it's really fun, and while we think nobody else would care, it's like talking about it with a group of friends is just a lot of fun. And
Yeah,
something
I know that.
they're our brain tumors that we wish to share with the world, whether they choose to laugh at it, embrace it, or just not give a fuck.
Just flat out ignore it.
It's my stream, and if I want to share it, I can, and if you don't like it, well, the door's right there.
Here, have some tumor.
Have some tumor. Don't breathe it in. It is probably carcinogenic. But
It's my
Tumor
party.
with a bit of slash fic.
yeah, at least
It's my party, and I can be lame if I want to.
Yeah.
Lame if I want to. You would be lame too if it happened to you.
But no, I totally get.
Is that a real song? Sounds like it should be real.
Like, oh, Smash, we totally know about that. Don't we?
Yeah. How long have I been going on in our group chat about the book I've been trying to write?
We all have it.
2 years?
At least 2 years now.
We all have
tried
that.
writing it.
Like, I think if I asked you, "Hey Smash, tell me about your story," and you went into a long spiel about it, I'd listen to you.
Aw, I appreciate that.
That's
Would you listen to
Thankfully,
my
we have a captive audience, so we don't have to ask.
Well, no, they're not entirely captive. They can always leave.
They don't know about the bombs.
Well, thanks for spoiling the surprise. Way to
The stream's
go.
almost over.
The stream's almost over. It's gonna be
What about
wrapping
the
up
bombs
like
for the
soon.
next stream?
It's come to a crashing and burning, and it's on the last page. Turn the page, burn it,
Yeah.
Nah. The last page is just a
But-
bomb.
and
But
that's it. Oh
I-
god, it's almost. Anyway, that's it for the Peter Gaming Show. Thank you so much for coming out tonight, and thank you Internet for joining us
I don't
via
think-
Twitch. And after you
Are we
pushed
over
it
yet?
off that certain hashtag,
Not
oh shit,
quite
not
done yet.
almost over. Quick, go, Twitch.
Um.
Oh, it's
Quick,
been.
somebody kick him. He's going crazy.
He's having a seizure. Anyway, don't worry. I sent him to the hospital. Probably. I don't know. I hit something.
Oh, that's better.
I will say I was gonna do my plug before he did all of that.
Yeah.
As always, for just $1, you can get a silly doodle, whether it be crude or I'll actually try to make it as refined as possible because I want it to be visible and understandable. You can have the flea, the nurse flea. You can have a Latios Kajinka. You could have deers and dragons and more dragon deers and corgi body pillows and dragons dirty dancing on the dance floor. Anything can be yours for just $1. Quickly, drawn on stream.
Just $1. There could have been so much stuff. Anyway, I'm thinking of donating sometime in the future.
Oh, that's neato.
It's just $1. You too could have all of this and worse.
Yep.
Whatever
And-
your wretched
and-
little minds can think.
And I already know what
That's
in
not
mind.
porn.
I want you to draw with the subpar quality that that's on offer.
But
Well,
it also
make sure you write that down for next time.
like I mentioned in the beginning of the stream, if no one ever caught it, it does extend to my chibis, though depending on how detailed they are. If it's like a simple design, like for example this little chibi right here, they would probably be drawn in full body. If they are a bit more complex in their detail, then they'd probably be a waist up. Because chibis are pretty easy for me to draw, and I can draw them pretty quickly while still maintaining a good array of quality. A chibi is totally within the range. Again, if the character is complex, there are some parts I will omit and or not draw, like the bottoms. And anything else is stupid. I'll try to draw it as crudely and quickly as possible while still being able to be like, yeah, that's what I asked for. Just no porn.
Yeah, because porn is bad and can get you banned from the live.
Yeah. Unless it's something like these two dragons where you can't see anything. Any outright genitalia, like draw like if you ask me to draw an oozing penis, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna take your $1 and tell you to go fuck yourself. So
Now a thermometer, though.
now a thermometer, that's a different
maybe.
story. That's a different
If a
story.
If a thermometer is oozing out weird thermometer
No.
juices.
Now, if you do ask me to draw, I will say though, because with the flea here, if you do request me to draw something and I choose to lewd it, that's okay.
That's perfectly fine.
That's okay because that's something I'm doing on my end.
I'm doing this for me.
Now, if you want me to draw freaking fucking Blossom from the Powerpuff Girls. No, let's not use that example. Let's not use a kid show as an example. If you want me to draw something silly and I choose to add a freaking draw a floppy penis on the side, it's gonna be censored, obviously. But that'll be because I chose to draw it, not because you requested it. Either way, no outright porn though. So just for $1, you can ask for anything. No porn. Chibi's also included. Just $1. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But with that, I'm gonna be wrapping up the stream here. I hope you enjoyed the extra hour. I hope you enjoyed our tumors. Again, don't breathe them in. They're
We always have
carcinogenic.
fun on these streams.
Let's see, what else? How can I wrap this up? Blue Stream is right after this, so you can totally check it out on the Summoners Network. It'll probably be linked in the Discord, which is the Discord is also something you can join and be a part of. So if you want to join other streams, you totally can. Or if you want to jump in next time on the next stream that happens here, whether it be tomorrow, I'm not entirely sure yet, or maybe even Friday, because I might have that day off. Awesome. As long as you adhere to the rules. So yes, be sure to check out the rules chat. We will be dropping ban hammers if we have to. And hopefully everyone had fun today, and
Yeah, we did have fun.
and we'll see you guys all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.